2019 Georgetown Eagle Regional Final Baseball on SHN Sports made possible in part by A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair, Bob Holt, author of the book Cowboy, Brennan Remodeling, Central Texas Business Association, Courtney Home Inspections, Gateway Mortgage Group, Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair, Georgetown Jewelry, Home Away from Home Pet Care, Ida Edwards, Realtor, Joel and Jackie Holcomb of Advocare, Mahan Roofing, Minuteman Press of Georgetown, the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Program Insurance Group, and Specialty Restoration of Texas. Thank you for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Texas who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Woohoo.
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in Texas. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Rob.
Yeah.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
The University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to Balfour, Baylor Scott & White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Fox Sports Southwest, Gatorade, Hellas Construction, Max Preps, the NFHS Network, Nike, Register My Athlete, Spalding, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. These generous corporate sponsors support the UIL in all its activities, music, academics, and athletics. The UIL appreciates these sponsors and their participation in all that the UIL does in Texas extracurricular activities. On behalf of the UIL and its corporate sponsors, thank you for supporting UIL activities in your community and enjoy the game.
2019 Georgetown Eagle Regional Final Baseball on SHN Sports made possible in part by A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair, Bob Holt, author of the book Cowboy, Brennan Remodeling, Central Texas Business Association, Courtney Home Inspections, Gateway Mortgage Group, Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair, Georgetown Jewelry, Home Away from Home Pet Care, Ida Edwards, Realtor, Joel and Jackie Holcomb of Advocare, Mahan Roofing, Minuteman Press of Georgetown, the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Program Insurance Group, and Specialty Restoration of Texas. Thank you for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports.
Well, a pleasant good afternoon, friends, and welcome to another edition of Georgetown Eagle Baseball live this afternoon here in beautiful College Station. I'm Rob Hipp alongside my good friend Dennis Allman, Galen Welnicki joining us as well as we start pregame a little bit early here tonight. Dennis, this is the 5A Regional Finals, the best of three. We're looking for a Georgetown victory, but they've got to play a very tough and 10th ranked in the Texas high school baseball poll. Some polls have them at 7. 10th ranked Magnolia West Mustangs versus a very tough number 1 in the state of Texas, Georgetown Eagles, who are reeling over that 3-game series versus Santa Fe. Excited about this one tonight, Dennis, here at this beautiful facility, Olson Park at Olson Field at Bluebell Park, right here in College Station, my friend.
Oh, yeah, Rob, every kid loves an opportunity and would give any opportunity at all to have a chance to play in the regional finals with a chance to go to the state championship. As you play Little League ball all the way up to this point right here, you look for this opportunity to play. And Georgetown at 38-3-1 is so ready for this next step. But they've got to get past, as you just said, a very tough Mag West Mustangs. They're very tough. They're throwing their best kid at us tonight. If we can get by this kid tonight, we've got an awfully good opportunity. But, hey, we're coming back with a solid pitching staff that's carried us all the way through the playoffs. Christian Murphy will be on the hill tonight. Georgetown's effort, Georgetown's preparation, they're ready for tonight.
Well, again, we're excited to be here on the campus of Texas A&M University, set for a good one here in the regional final. We're in the visiting radio box tonight. We did have video rights last minute to do this one on video, so we want to welcome all of you into the broadcast. Also, any Magnolia West fans that are joining us, even though we broadcast for Georgetown, Dennis, we always want the other opposing team to feel welcome into this broadcast.
Absolutely, and that's the way we treat kids. We're 100% behind kids. Sure, we've got a little blue inside of us. It's not going to change, but, hey, you hear a good play either side, you're going to hear it from us.
Well, one other thing that I wanted to mention, our good friend Andrew Monaco, the new voice of the Texas A&M Aggies, normally sits just right a couple of windows down from where we would be here in the radio booth. So if you're out there by any chance, Andrew, I talked to you a little bit earlier on Facebook. Hope all is going well. Congratulations on doing a great job here for the university. Texas A&M doing a great job. We'll send it back to the field as we will continue pregame. Stay with us, friends. SHN Sports coverage of the 2019 5A Regional Baseball Final continues in just a few moments.
Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports, made possible in part by A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair, Mandy Murphy. Cell phone and tablet repairs, including screens, charging ports, batteries, buttons, and more. Online at a1phonerepairs.com. Bob Holt, author of the book Cowboy. Pick up a copy at Lark and Owl Booksellers on the Square in beautiful downtown Georgetown. Brennan Remodeling, Jeff Brennan, building equity since 1988. Email brennanremodel@gmail.com for all of your remodeling needs. The Central Texas Business Association, your go-to source for products and services from ethical businesses in Central Texas. Online at centexbusiness.org. Courtney Home Inspections, Chris Courtney. Whether you are buying or selling a home in Central Texas, Courtney Home Inspections is your go-to home inspector. Dedicated to customer service, a Central Texas Business Association ethical business member. Online at CourtneyHomeInspection.com.
Well, a pleasant good afternoon, friends, and welcome right back here to Olson Field at Bluebell Park. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Mr. Dennis Allman, Galen Welnicki. Awesome to have all of our family up here in the booth for what should be a great start to the 2019 Regional 5A Baseball Championship here. Then we move on to the state tournament. We got to get through Magnolia West first. The Georgetown Eagles, of course, under head coach Adam Foster, 7 years as head coach, entering the postseason. He was at 151 career wins. Those numbers have went way up here as Georgetown is 7-1 in postseason play. The assistant coaches Dusty Brinley, Jordan Vieira. 2018, Georgetown finished up 32-11-1, 14-0. They are back-to-back. That's 4 times district champions in 18-5A. Returning starters Cole Posey, Jeffrey David, Jackson Seosin, Noah Thompson, Grant Wood, Jack Brenley, Wyatt Childress for the Georgetown Eagles. For the Magnolia West Mustangs out of 19-5A under head coach Justin Fawcett. 2 years as a head coach, 53 career wins entering in here to the playoffs. Justin Beasley, Logan Wilson, and Justin Wojcik, the assistant coaches. 2018 Mag West 14-13, 5-9. They did not make the playoffs. This is a team, though, that is poised for a good run, and they're going to try to cut this zinger short for Georgetown. The Eagles have got to fly high tonight. This will be the toughest test so far. Dennis.
Rob, it will, and the kid that they're throwing against us tonight is what we believe their number one, a hard-throwing right-hander, big kid, throws in what we've heard to be the low 90s. So we've got our work cut out for us tonight. But I tell you what, even in last week's series, as we knocked out Santa Fe, I believe our kids had a little glimpse of looking forward to a game like this tonight, and they are more than ready for this opportunity. Anytime you have two teams that come in to region finals with 30-plus wins, 30 on Mag West side, 38 on our side, you know you've got two quality opponents. It's going to take fundamental baseball. It's going to take proper baseball. It's going to take everything we have in order to win a ball game like this, to win a series like this. Mag West is one tough ball game. They knocked out Tomball, who everybody thought would eventually be our opponent if we got to here, and Mag West completely knocked out Tomball 2 series ago in the region quarters. So we've got a quality game here, folks. I hope you will settle in. I'm so thankful we've got it for you on video tonight, so you can tune in and be with us in this ball game. But I tell you what, I'm excited. I know you're excited. Galen's excited. You get Galen excited, you've done something.
Well, I was just about to bring Galen in here.
Galen is excited. So, Galen, jump in here for a minute, but he's excited too here.
I'm excited about seeing all those bubbles coming out of the dugout down there. I don't know if they popped the champagne cork already or.
Yeah, David, check that out there to your right. The bubbles are coming out of the Mag West dugout. David England down there. On the camera, I know a little bit of sunshine, but check that out, man. A lot of bubbles flying. They are ready to go here tonight.
That's a little bit early, Rob, to start popping the bubbles in game one.
I think we ought to burst their bubbles.
Well, Galen, talking to you here, we talked before we got started. Connor Phillips, the ace on the mound that will start things here for Magnolia West. We were talking about the scouting report. There's a lot of majors leaguers that are looking at this LSU commit, Galen.
Yeah, and he's got a fastball that's been clocked as high as 95. They say average around 94. He can throw on an average around 94. He's working on a slider to more balance his pitching game. And, then we've heard other things that maybe his control is not as good as it should be at this point in his career. But then anybody that throws 95 miles an hour and can get it near the plate is going to get some respect.
Well, let's talk a little bit before as starting lineups are being announced. We'll go through those a little bit later once we dig into this broadcast here of how each team got to this point. Of course, Georgetown, I mentioned earlier, Dennis, 7-1 as they dropped that one game to start things in the best of 3 versus Santa Fe. That back on May the 23rd. We had that here on SHN. But Georgetown had to get through a one-game series versus Pflugerville-Weiss. That was a 13-0 victory. It seems like, man, a year ago, all the way back on May the 3rd. And then a 2 games versus College Station, handed 4-1. 7-0, Eagles taking care of business versus the Porter Spartans, 13-1, 4-3 in both of those games. And then, of course, Santa Fe, they defeat Santa Fe 6-1, or lose 6-1. Then they come back and win 2-1 and 4-2. For the Magnolia West Mustangs out of 19-5A, they are storming in here on the horses, 8-0 in playoffs as they are undefeated. Every game has been 2 series. They had to play the Willis Wildcats twice, Pflugerville Panthers, Tomball Cougars. That was the big one that folks said, man, this Magnolia team is for real this season. And then the last one, the Nederland Bulldogs. That is how we got to where we're at here today.
Rob, a good point to share right here for our fans is that Magnolia West has 2 district losses. Both of those district losses against College Station. A team that we handled in 2 ball games, although probably one of the toughest series that we had as they threw the Corey Schultz and the Dylan Atkinson kids at us, and they were phenomenal. So I suspect that Magnolia West has seen that kind of pitching. But tonight, they're going to start their ace against us. But we're going up against a team we beat twice, College Station. They've lost to College Station twice.
Well, David England down there with great camera work right now showing the Magnolia West players had the Georgetown players early. We'll quickly go over the starting lineup for the Georgetown Eagles, the designated away team this afternoon. They'll lead things off, the third baseman, senior number 7, Jeffrey David. Second in the order, the senior center fielder, number 13, Wyatt Childress. Batting third, the senior shortstop, number 5, Cole Posey, the Boise State commit. Batting fourth, cleaning up, the junior left fielder, number 10, Ty Tilson. And that fifth hole, the senior designated hitter, number 6, Wesley Dixon. Batting sixth, the senior right fielder, number 17, Noah Thompson. At the 7, 8, and 9, it's the senior first baseman, number 9, Grant Wood. Eighth, the junior second baseman, number 11, Zach Whittington. And batting last, but certainly not least, the junior catcher, number 24, A.J. Vasquez. So a pretty routine lineup that we have seen here, Dennis. Georgetown had to change a few things ago because Jackson Seosin, of course, not going to be able to finish out this series, but he is healing great, and it's good that he's able to bring the energy to the team. These kids need it, and we will step aside, though, for our country's national anthem. Stay with us, friends. Well, a beautiful playing of our country's national anthem as we are moments away from getting started. Dennis, before the anthem, going over that Georgetown lineup tonight, and we will see Christian Murphy on the mound. And it's a good opportunity for him. He struggled to start things in that first game versus the Santa Fe Indians back whenever we played them. Of course, that first one on May the 23rd. We'll see what he can do tonight.
Right. And I fully expect him to have a little better outing for he's been in the fire now. He's been out there last Thursday night, started against the Indians, went very well for him, to be quite frank with you, the first two innings. Struggled with his control in the third, and then the second time through the lineup, the Indians began to get to him. But in this particular ball game, I was going to point out two things before you get to Mag West, if I could, right quick. An unsung hero that I believe that just doesn't get enough credit is A.J. Vasquez. A.J. has gone behind the plate, which allows Wyatt to go to center field. Moving Wyatt to center field gives the speed out there. A.J. has handled the pitching staff very, very well over the course of the last 5 ball games, and I think is very comfortable with Christian Murphy. So I think that it'll be good to have A.J. back there with Christian. They will work together. But, again, I don't know that A.J. gets enough credit, and I want to make sure that our fans know what a job that young man's done behind the plate.
Absolutely, and his family always joining us from Corpus Christi, the Vasquez family. If you're joining us, feel free to say hello there on the YouTube stream. We'd love to hear from you, and anybody there on that YouTube stream, whether you're from Georgetown or for Magnolia West. We'd love to hear from you this afternoon. We broadcast these games to cover the kids. As always, our coverage here on SHN Sports is no charge. We believe in bringing a quality production. We want to make sure these kids get the credit that they deserve. For Magnolia West, they will be the home team this afternoon, so we'll see them in the bottom of the innings. Leading off will be the third baseman, number 2, Dylan Van Wicklen. Batting second, number 7, the center fielder, Carson Carpenter. Batting third, the shortstop, number 8, Zach Wall. Fourth, cleaning up, the second baseman, number 10, Willie Ibarra. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 9, Connor Phillips. In that sixth hole, the catcher, number 16, Brody Zako. 7, 8, 9, the designated hitter, number 1, Mason Swiderski. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 19, J.P. Elwinger. And last but certainly not least, the left fielder, number 5, Austin Maddox. As for Magnolia West, Phillips getting those warm-up pitches on the mound. And unfortunately, I like to be as detailed as possible, Dennis. As you know, we always try to do what we can here. We did not have stats for Magnolia West like we did for Santa Fe, so we unfortunately are not going to be able to give those numbers out until we get one game under our belt. Then at least we can go back to that score sheet.
Go back to that ball game. Well, I tell you what, Rob, I'm anxious to see our kids get a look at Phillips. We are a good fastball hitting ball club, kids that can jump on the fastball early. I fully expect us to be swinging, Galen. I think we're going to be swinging a bat early.
I would guess you don't want to give him too much time.
Right. I don't want to see us get him in any kind of rhythm, so.
Well, leading off here for the Georgetown Eagles, it is the senior, the third baseman, number 7, Jeffrey David, a right-handed batter. The first right-handed pitch, the fastball, got him across the plate for a strike. The early count 0-1. This is a pitcher that throws between 94 and 97 miles an hour, an outstanding young man on the mound for Magnolia West. The 0-1 next delivery, and this time too low, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Dennis, I was going to mention from our vantage point, we're not going to be able to see the pitches as we normally do.
We're upstairs a little bit, but also want to add right here between pitches, what a beautiful ballpark Olsen Field here is Bluebell Park. It's 330 down the lines, 375 to the alleys, and 4 away to straightaway center. Big green monster wall out there.
1-1 pitch, too far away. The early count, 2 balls and 1 strike here for Georgetown's Jeffrey David.
This is probably, just looking at his first 3 pitches, this is probably the best heat we've seen in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's not holding back either. But
next delivery to the outside again, and it's now 3-1 on Jeffrey David. He's got his options here in his 43rd game, 166 plate appearance. He averages .414. He's on base at .509. 3 balls, 1 strike, just underway in the top of the first. The next right-handed delivery too low, and a leadoff walk for Georgetown's Jeffrey David as he'll clap his way down that first base line.
Take back a little bit what I said in the pregame. Jeffrey pretty much taking all the way, although all 4 balls were well off the plate and low. So let's see what Wyatt does. Let's see what Coach Foster looks to do. This is normally a bunt situation. We try to get Jeffrey moved up to second, get in scoring position for Cole Posey.
Wyatt Childress in his 52nd at-bat of the season, averaging .314. He's on base at a good .526. Right-handed batter places the bunt, places it down, rolls the first base line. Phillips will be able to toss it easily over to Elwinger for the first out, but it will advance Jeffrey David over to second on the sacrifice bunt.
Well done on Wyatt's part. The bunt down the first base line gave them no opportunity for a play at second. So very nice bunt. Now leaving in the hands of Cole Posey, also a good fastball hitter, and Ty Tilson, who will bat 4th. So third hitter in the lineup coming up with a chance to give your Eagles a quick lead.
Cole Posey now batting for Georgetown. .378. He's on base at .565. Runner in scoring position at second base is David. First pitch to the inside, but got him on that inside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Took a little bit off that pitch right there. Got it inside the zone for a call strike.
0-1, 1 out, base runner on second. In scoring position for the Eagles. The pitch on the way as the runner will take off, sliding, diving, and safe in time. A stolen base for Georgetown's Jeffrey David, and this is what the Eagles are known for, able to get over. And Dennis right there for the Eagles. David taking care of business, picking up his 49th stolen base of the season.
Rob, Mag West a little bit lazy there as no one was really covering. Jeffrey picked it up, got a good lead. Phillips has a high leg kick and pretty much had that bag stolen.
1 ball, 1 strike to Georgetown's Cole Posey. The next pitch across the plate in the zone for a strike, 1-2. Again, we're 1 away here in the top of the first. Georgetown with David on third, showing that scoring eagerness early.
Rob, I think the count is 0-2. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
No, beg your pardon. Thank you. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
No problem.
7:06 the time here in College Station, Texas. Left leg up, right hand delivery. This one chops
home
over to short. Wall will have it, but Georgetown will score the early run. Great job by the Eagles. David will bring in the first run, and Georgetown on the board early tonight here in the top of the first.
That's exactly what you want to do against a hard thrower like this. A walk, a bunt, a steal, and 6-3 ground out. A little, not surprised, but pretty much Mag West conceded that run, Galen. All we had to do is put the bat on the ball. Good job by Cole Posey to give us that 1-0 lead.
It'll bring up Ty Tilson for Georgetown. First pitch on the way is a strike to Tilson. Georgetown's Ty Tilson, of course, the left fielder, who has done phenomenal work out there in that left field this season. In his 112th at-bat, 43rd game, he bats .378 on base at .565. The second pitch on an 0-1. To the inside for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike in 2-out territory.
You know, I was reading quite a few scouting reports that I could find on the internet about the man Phillips out here. And one of the things they said is that they would like to put a little bit more meat on his bones.
The next one across for a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He's listed at 6'2", 185 on the scout.
I would agree with you. He looks like a wide receiver.
Well, Galen, you talk about putting a little more meat on. Georgetown cooking the steaks early after Cole Posey with that RBI earlier. 1-0 score, swing and a miss here. And actually,
that off-speed
a little off-speed, and he got a little bit of that one. Again, it's a hard view from us up here. He got a little bit of that one. He'll stay alive, 1-2 on 2 outs.
Fouled it at the plate right off the mitt of Zako. Brody Zako behind the plate for Mag West.
1-2 on the way. Tip again into the back of the fence, and the battle starts for Georgetown's Ty Tilson.
Again, a little surprising to me that they're as deep as they are. And left, medium deep in center and right for this hard-throwing right-hander.
The battle here for Georgetown's Ty Tilson. Nobody on. Eagles lead 1-0 early. Next right-handed delivery. Hard hit. This one will pop up. Maybe catchable in foul territory, and it will sail just behind our cameraman, David England, there shy of the Georgetown Eagle dugout. And the battle continues here. David, we'll get to you as we get through this game here on the next out. Doppler Dave down there will have weather forecast, conditions, and more. Appreciate the fine work of David England.
Rob, throughout this tournament, Georgetown has capitalized so often on scoring a run.
On a 1-2, this will single as it drops just in front of the center fielder, Carpenter. And we talk about a 2-out. You just mentioned it, Dennis. Georgetown, a 2-out team doing work here early.
They just never quit. We've done an awfully good job of capitalizing, scoring runs without a hit at all. As that hit simply puts Ty on first. Great job on his part. But the first run of the ball game is scored without a hit, Galen, so that's just kind of the ball we've been playing.
It'll bring up for Georgetown the designated hitter, number 6, Wesley Dixon, who is batting .320 on base at .417. Payoff, pick attempt from Phillips over to Ellwanger, and that runner is safe. Georgetown known for stealing bases. We've already seen one in this game. 2 away. Georgetown leads 1-0 in the top of the first. Next pitch, this one hit foul as it'll sail above the fence and just to our right and well over the press box. 0-1 count.
That's the 18th pitch already for
a lot
Phillips.
of pitches early. He's not sharp at all, I can tell you that for sure.
Phillips trying to get in rhythm here. Stands with that right foot on his left side of the rubber. Leading off is Tilson over at first. Another pick attempt. Tilson is going to get stopped here as he takes off running. Tilson will be tagged for the third and final out. I just talked about the leadoff that he had there, Dennis, and just lost his step, couldn't get back. And Brindley will give him a clap, but that'll do it for Georgetown. They take care of business, though, here early, scoring 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. David England down there next to the Georgetown Eagle dugout. David, how's the field conditions? How's the weather, my friend?
Rob, the field conditions are absolutely beautiful. It's this grass field, and they do a great job down here in Aggie Land. It's currently 83 degrees. Skies are mostly sunny. There is finally some clouds to our north because the wind is out of the north at 8 miles an hour. Feels like 89 degrees down here. Humidity's sitting at 71% because we're a little closer to the beach. But really nice conditions out here. This is, like y'all were talking about, this is a beautiful facility out here at Texas A&M University.
Well, David, appreciate you. You've been out here early. We talked to Coach Brindley before the game, too. Interesting facts here about this field. The apron, which is just that part around home plate there in the batter's boxes, and you go out about 8 feet, maybe 10 feet to either side. That apron, as they call it, that is the only artificial turf. The rest of the way, it is all natural. David, as you know, it is beautiful out there.
It is, and I'm going to try and get zoomed in on a little G. They did some special chalk for us tonight. They put a G on our side and a MW on the other side.
Well, awesome. Well, Galen, Georgetown taking care of business early here with that 1-0 lead. We'll see what Magnolia can do as they will have Phillips on the mound. This is the pitcher that we have been talking about, their ace, and he's ready to rock and roll, Mr. Welnicki.
Yeah, we've got Murphy out here warming up for us right now, and we're back into the thing where you're trying to steal a game while they're pitching their ace. You're trying to steal a game while they're pitching their ace with, it's almost, if Murphy gets in trouble, it's almost bullpen by committee, and you still got your 1 and 2 for second and third games.
Yeah, and I've made a mistake. Again, I had my score sheet. Of course, we just saw, thank you, Galen, we just saw Phillips out there pitching, so Murphy will take the mound. Thank you for that, Galen.
Also,
so Murphy, 41 innings pitched. The first one over to right and lined it. Great job by Thompson. 1 pitch, 1 out. Van Wicklen hits that one over to right field for the first out.
For us old school people, too, it's kind of nice to come in here and see a ballpark that's got natural stuff. It's got dirt, and it's got green, and a lot of the players will leave here with grass stain on their uniforms.
Well, it is a beautiful ballpark, no question about it, folks. Olsen Field at Bluebell Park. Kyle Field right behind center field.
Next pitch on the way to the left-handed batter, Carson Carpenter. That pitch called a strike, 0-1 early count. Coming into this game now at 620 total pitches on the season is Murphy. He's 7-1. Right-hand delivery. This one, that's over to right to Thompson. And a one-out single for Carson Carpenter. Hit that one right in front of the right fielder, Thompson. Good start for Magnolia West after 1 out.
Ball hit well on two occasions. The liner to right field that Noah ran down. That ball hit pretty hard as well. Shortstop Zach Wall now at the plate.
Third in the order, the shortstop, number 8, Zach Wall, here for Magnolia West. Back to a right-handed batter, going back to Murphy. He's allowed 32 hits now, 16 runs on those, 14 of them were earned. He has walked 13, struck out 34. That'll put him at a 2.39 ERA. Low pitch in the dirt here, and we can actually say in the dirt, not in the carpet, as it is. Well, you know what?
It is dirt.
It is dirt, yep, because the apron I talked about earlier, the apron is just that grass that is the artificial. It's dirt right there at home plate.
Yes, it's an entire dirt infield, dirt baselines. Eagle outfield shaded left to the bag and center and left.
1-0 count, right-handed pitch on the way. Runner will take off. Vasquez tries to throw to second. Georgetown didn't get the tag in time. It was close. We'll take a look at this one on the replay.
I'm pretty sure Zach felt very confident he got that tag down.
Here it is on the replay, as we do have our one-angle replay system running tonight. And just as anyone, you may be able to see that there. Oh!
Yeah.
It was close.
Well, Zach was going around the horn. He was fixing to go back to Cole. He knew he got that tag down in time, but nevertheless, 1 down. Carpenter out at second. The call was safe at second.
Zach Wall, 2-0 count here for Zach Wall with runner in scoring position at second. Magnolia West trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the first.
Magnolia West played 2 very close games with Nederland to get here. 2-1, 4-2 ball games, won both of them. So they're used to close ball games, which the Eagles have been playing the last couple of weeks.
1-1 pitch off the right hand across the zone for a strike. 2-1.
Wall was the Houston Chronicles Player of the Week last week. He hit the game-winning home run in the first game with Nederland in the 6th inning.
So definitely has power. The 3-hitter for them, their shortstop.
Murphy takes a deep breath, tries the pick attempt and pull it back as the runner will head back over to second. That's Carpenter, who singled moments ago and then stole over to second. Little warm-up here in the booth, but the sun is setting behind us. Lights are on here at Olsen Field at Bluebell Park. Beautiful Kyle Field just beyond center field, and the McFerrin Athletics Center over to the right power alley. This one chopped and bounces, takes a bounce, and into the Magnolia West dugout, actually right in front of it, off that third base line. The count at 2-2 even.
This inning's dragging a little bit, really, because it's only the 7th pitch since we started this half inning.
Well, Christian will work a little bit slow, get his composure. Nothing wrong with that at all.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Murphy takes a breath, looks over his right shoulder twice, and now the left leg down the right-handed delivery to the outside, and the count full at 3-2, the first payoff pitch of the afternoon. Just looking around, a lot of Magnolia West fans here. Georgetown fans, making their way as well. Tomorrow may be a different story. It's Georgetown graduation tomorrow. 3-2 payoff. This one chops over, and it bounces out of the reach of David. That would have been a hard one, Dennis, I think. And the runner's now in the corners. Do you give him the single there?
We'll check on what the official scorekeeper. That was a very difficult play. Took a hop coming off of the grass onto the dirt. Very difficult play.
And the official scorekeeper does not mark that as an error on David. It would have been a hard grab, and that is a single. So now runners on the hot corners. It's Zach Wall at first and Carson Carpenter over to third.
You certainly can't fault Jeffrey David there. The ball, as I said, came off the grass onto the dirt, took a spin. It was very hard to come up with. So I truly agree the base hit was in order.
That'll bring up Willie Ibarra for Magnolia West, fourth in the order, the second baseman. Georgetown pick attempt over at first as Murphy throws to Wood. The base runner Wall is safe.
We'll get a good feeling here, Rob, of what kind of baseball Magnolia West plays with runners on the corners. If Wall is going on first pitch, we'll know a little bit about their running game. He is.
He takes off over to second. Vasquez tries to throw, and this may get the runner stuck as Georgetown wisely will just walk back and let him head back over to first. They were trying the old Trickarooski play to get the run from Carpenter to come in and score.
Yeah, not exactly sure that was the design play on our part. If we had run Wall back to first, we had a shot at him, but Zach choosing not to throw, watching third all the way. So runners on the corner, still one down.
1 ball, no strikes. Heads-up play by Whittington, though, as he walked his way. This one will chop over to the shortstop, Posey. Posey throws the dagger over to first. That'll need a second out, but it will bring in a run as Carpenter will come in and tie the game. Willie Ibarra out from Posey over to Wood for the second out. We are tied at 1 apiece here in the bottom of the first.
Rob, I'm not sure that Cole knew that he had time to go to second, Galen. I don't know that he knew that he had time. I think he thought that Wall was running on the play and never really looked at second. We had a shot at a double play.
Right, we really did. They're celebrating down there in Magnolia West.
Well, if that's the only run they score, that's the only celebration they have. So that's my theory.
Zach Wall over at second now. The pitch on the way to fifth in the order. The pitcher, Connor Phillips, and that ball a strike 0-1 the count.
Little off-speed pitch from Christian Murphy. Broke in nicely, as we have had at Bomber Stadium, about 2 or 3 miles from here. A great view from the press box here. We can't see high or low pitches. It's very difficult.
Our good friend from the Austin American Statesman, Mark Champ. Thanks for broadcasting. Appreciate you, Mark, and all the fine work that you do for all the kids in Central Texas. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you joining us this afternoon. 0-1, 2-out pitch on the way, low. And a runner will go back on a walk the count here, or on a ball, beg your pardon. 1-1, 2 away.
So Magnolia's battled back to tie it up here in the bottom of the first inning on a couple of hits.
2 away we are here in the bottom of the first. 86 degrees outside as the sun is setting to our west. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Murphy will take a break as he steps off the mound. The base runner, Wall, will run back over to second, Dennis.
Yeah, I want to try to hold him a little bit close, as was the case in the top half of the inning. Jeffrey took advantage of the bag not being covered, stole third, and then scored on the ground ball. So that steal of third was huge in that first inning.
Murphy's 1-1, right hand. This one will chop over to Posey again. Posey winds up twice. The dagger to Wood, and that'll do it for the third and final out as Cole Posey busy on the last 2 batters. But Magnolia West able to tie things up on 1 run. They get that 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. Mag West leaving 1 on base. We're through 1. We'll step aside and take a break and thank some of our wonderful sponsors. SHN Sports coverage of the 2019 Regional Finals continues in a few moments.
Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports brought to you in part by Gateway Mortgage Group, Matt Morrow. Gateway Mortgage Group, your local residential lender. When needing lending, remember, borrow from Morrow. Online at borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148. Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair. Joe Bob. Complete and professional automotive maintenance and repairs from ASE certified technicians. Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Automotive Repair is your one-stop auto shop. Visit them next to Mel's Lone Star Lanes in Georgetown. Georgetown Jewelry, Ricky Poe, dedicated to customer service. Georgetown Jewelry is your locally owned and operated jewelry store. For all of your jewelry needs, go by and see Ricky Poe and his wonderful staff, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center off Williams Drive and online at georgetownjewelry.com.
Welcome back to the campus of Texas A&M University. We're live from Olson Field at Bluebell Park. Rob Hipp alongside Dennis Allman, Galen Welnicki, where we are tied as we start things here in the top of the second inning. We'll go right back to Wesley Dixon, who was left at bat in that previous inning. He is batting .320 on base at .417. Dixon will try to pick up where Georgetown left off and get another run here to break this tie, Dennis.
Eagles scoring in the top of the first inning unconventionally with a walk, a stolen base, or walk, a bunt, a stolen base, and a routine fielder's choice ground ball. Flipped a switch for Mag West. They scored their one run on a couple of hits and a stolen base and a couple of hits. So a little different, but as it is, it's 1-1 as we go to the top of two, and that's all that matters.
Phillips threw 4 batters in that first inning. Now on the 5th, again, it's Wesley Dixon. The right-handed pitch on the way. The fastball high to the inside. The early count 1-0 on Dixon. Next delivery. Boy, that one almost emulated the same one, but they're going to call this one a ball. The home plate umpire, 1 ball and 1 strike for Wesley Dixon of Georgetown. 1-1 pitch.
Whoa.
Swung on and missed for a strike, 1-2.
That off-speed pitch Galen was pretty tough right there, folks. If he's in the 90s on his fastball, that was low 80s. That's tough to adjust.
Phillips taking a little bit more time here on a 1-2. Left leg up, right-hand pitch. This one got away. Will he be able to reach over to first? There in time, able to beat it out. So he swung on it. It's technically a strikeout, a strike swinging, but he was able to get because it got away from the catcher.
Yeah, still a strikeout, but not still a strike, but not counted in the out column. So nobody out. Wesley Dixon at first. Sometimes a youngster, Rob, throwing as hard as Phillips supposedly does, takes a little off of it. He can even fool his own catcher, Zako.
I was going to say, you don't see too many of those, so a rare strike and able to get on first base for Georgetown. 6th in the order, the right fielder, Noah Thompson, has the pick attempt from Phillips over to Ellwinger. Base runner is safe at first.
Eagles continue to take advantage of Mag West's mistakes, and that's how you win ball games like this.
Noah Thompson in his 37th game of the season, at bat for the 97th time. He bats .271. He's on base at .365. Noah Thompson, though, struggling here in postseason play. He's got to get some bat swinging for these Eagles.
Came alive in that final ball game with 2 hits against the Indians, and I'm hoping to see him continue it.
Galen, you had an interesting stat about Georgetown getting on base. It was well under 200 here in postseason play.
They've only had 13 hits in this series and 71 in the last series in 71 at bats. Only 13 hits.
But guys, even in the Santa Fe series,
Thompson will place bunt here, and it'll sell into the fence behind that first base line. Dennis, the count at 0-1 for Noah Thompson.
Early runs in both of those last 2 ball games that we had to win were via walks.
Right.
So it's still the on base that Georgetown's able to do. The on base percentage huge in a game like this. Same with Wesley being on first. Not on via walk, not on via hit, but yet nevertheless.
Another pick attempt. Runner safe.
It's on first base with no outs, Rob. I'm sorry. Trying to finish the thoughts so folks understand that we've seen some awfully good pitching.
That we have. A lot of great pitching here and with these folks. 0-1 to Thompson on its way. Chopped on this one, and boy, hard swing in the dirt. Foul ball, 0-2. Thompson, he needs a hit. He is due.
Pretty much thrown away in right, center, and deep in left, which is typically the case with a left-handed batter like Noah Thompson. Thompson normally swinging a little bit late and has good power, albeit a little bit deeper in left.
Phillips will keep an eye over his left shoulder to Ellwinger over at first. He'll throw over to first, keeping that runner Wesley Dixon on the bag.
Rob, with that 330 down the lines, this is the biggest park that we've played in, not necessarily the center, but because of the 330 down the line, there's a lot of room in left center and right center.
Good opportunity for both these clubs to play on the big stage. This pitch to the outside. Of course, not the biggest stage they want to be at, but this is a pretty big one. The count at 1-2.
Well, this is the stage that you look forward to because this is the opportunity to go to state. The Pie is state. It's next week. You're here. You have a chance to get it done.
Down to the final 8 teams here in high school baseball. Colleyville Heritage playing Lubbock Monterey in Region 1. Region 2 is Corsicana and Midlothian. Region 3, this series, Magnolia West and Georgetown. And Region 4, Sherryland and Sherryland Pioneer. Boy, that is a great one there in Region 4.
Oh, I tell you.
1-2 pitch. Thompson again. Checked on this one. It gets away.
Thompson.
Will he be able to beat it out? Trying to get over to first. Thompson was close.
No, Thompson can't go anywhere.
And he took a hard spill there at the end.
Yeah, first base was occupied, so another mistake made by Zako behind the plate. He didn't need to throw to first. With first base occupied, he didn't need to go, but right now concerned a little bit with Noah.
Yeah, Noah gingerly getting up here, and he'll head over. Kind of see him there on that replay, able to get off, though, which was good.
So, folks, if you're scoring at home, it's simply a strikeout. It's not a 2-3 put out at first. First base is occupied with nobody out or one out. You can't run on a drop third strike. Only with 2 outs.
Appreciate
so
that,
really,
Dennis.
Yep. So really back-to-back strikeouts, but we got a runner on second.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like it with Grant Wood coming up.
It is Grant Wood, 7th in the order, the first baseman, senior. Number 9, Grant Wood for the Georgetown Eagles. That's why I've always said, Dennis, you and Galen enjoy sitting up here with you. Learn a lot about the game sitting next to 2 gentlemen that have been around the game for quite some time.
Well, it's an interesting game, and there's a lot of little nuances in the game that people sometimes think, what in the world? But that's just one of those.
Grant Wood in his 31st game averages .316. He's on base at .418. 24 hits this season. 18 stakes cooked, the RBIs. He scored 15 runs. Be a great time here to bring another one in on 1 away. This pitch, though, called a ball. 1-0 count on Grant Wood. Something here, too, Dennis, at this ballpark. The scoreboard out there, you don't see the numerical balls and strikes. They show it up as a graphic with the little circles that are filled in.
Yeah, it's you have to get used to this scoreboard to tell you the truth.
2-1, this one will swing on and go foul just in front of the Magnolia West dugout behind the third base line. The count even, aces across the board.
Nope, they got 1-1 on the board.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Again, all of you that are watching on YouTube, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Every subscription helps us, continuing to bring coverage to high schools and student athletes here in Central Texas. Next pitch, got him that time in the zone for a strike. 1-2 on 1 out.
Seen roughly 3 pitches from Phillips so far. Of course, his fastball, that little off-speed pitch, which seems to be more of a changeup to me. Then he's got a hard-breaking pitch. And, Galen, you talked about him working on a slider. He may be throwing a little bit of that. But when he takes a little off that fastball, folks, it's a tough pitch to adjust to.
Of course, Phillips, the pitcher, Zako, the catcher. Elwinger over at first, Ibarra at second, Van Wicklen over at third, Wall, the shortstop. From left to right, it's Maddox, Carpenter, and Huckfelt for the Mustangs of Magnolia West. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Runner on second for the Eagles. That is your potential lead run over at second, your insurance run there at bat. And time is called by Georgetown's Grant Wood. He'll step back into the right-handed batter's box.
Eagles with a base hit could possibly take the lead.
Pitch on the way to Wood. In the dirt. He swung around on it and will not be able to get over there. Trying to advance over to third. It's Georgetown diving in, and he is tagged for the third and final out. Unfortunate chain of events there for the Eagles as Grant Wood, yet again, another pitch in the dirt. He swung at that one.
Understand in that case, Rob, just for clarification, first base was not occupied. So the play had to be made down at first. Wesley trying to bite off a little bit more than we could chew there, and we come up empty-handed.
In this inning for Georgetown, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We are through 1.5. We'll step aside. Eagle Baseball on the SHNSports.com broadcast network continues in a few moments.
Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports brought to you in part by Home Away from Home Pet Care, Wendy Zubek, a family-owned and operated facility for private pet care in Georgetown. Over a decade in business with the goal to provide a fun, enjoyable, and stress-free atmosphere for your pets while they are separated from you. We want them to have a vacation too. For more information, visit homeawayfromhomepetcare.com. Ida Edwards, Realtor, a legacy you can count on in real estate. Ida Edwards has worked in the Austin real estate market since 1975. She has witnessed the ups and downs in the market, gaining her volumes of knowledge in the Central Texas market. Visit Ida Edwards online at idaedwards.com. Joel and Jackie Holcomb of Advocare. Joel and Jackie Holcomb are one of the top-ranked Advocare distributors, focusing on customer service to help you find a healthy journey. Search for Joel and Jackie Holcomb on Google for more information.
Back in action here. First pitch on the way as we start things in the bottom of the second. Right across the plate for a strike is Murphy. On 6 in the order, the catcher, number 16, Brody Zako. He's a left-handed batter. Right-handed pitch to the lefty. Another one across the plate. He looked at both, and they're both strikes, 0-2.
Christian coming right out and challenging these Mag West hitters, not holding back at all.
Boy, look at the foot of Zako. That foot is actually out of the box. He'll hit this one over to Posey. Posey, the dart over to first to Wood for the first out. Great job, Posey, staying busy.
Right now it's 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 ground balls to Cole Posey. And, of course, we talk about it, Rob, all the time. The left side of this diamond with Jeffrey David and Cole Posey, as good as it gets in high school baseball.
That was an old replay there moments ago, or back to the previous inning. Trying to get the one of Cole Posey. Brings up 7th in the order, the designated hitter, Mason Swiderski. That pitch to the outside, 1-0, one away. Right-hand pitch. Late swing, hit found to the net, just to the right of the Magnolia West dugout. The count even at 1 ball and 1 strike on 1 out. 1-1. Over to left. This one may drop, and it is caught in foul territory by Ty Tilson. Oh, baby, what a play by Ty.
I tell you what, left field and right field. Noah made one in the first inning on a nice running catch. That one might have been a shade better, Rob, as he went into foul territory up against the retaining wall to make that catch. Nice job by Ty Tilson for out number 2.
Well, there is a train going by. Oh, man. Next pitch is a strike, 0-1.
Well, don't worry. It's on its way to Bomber Stadium, so it'll be at Bomber Stadium in about 15 minutes.
Next pitch, high to the inside on J.P. Ellwinger. He's in a 1-1 count.
Really proud right now of Christian Murphy standing tall on the mound, going right after these Mag hitters, doing an outstanding job.
Next one to the outside, a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike.
If Mag West puts the ball in play with the defense we've got, that's not going to hurt anything at all. Pitch a little low.
Next pitch to the inside, 3-1 the count. Yeah, we were talking about that train because over at Bomber, that bad boy is right behind your ear.
Man, horn and all.
Yep. 3-1 pitch on the way. And a walk here, a 2-out walk for Ellwinger.
We may see Ellwinger on the mound before this game's over. He's listed as their number 4 pitcher. Behind Wall is the number 3.
Well, one of the tough things to do is to walk the 8 hitter. Although 2 outs facing a 9 hitter, we just don't want to get back at the top of their lineup.
Austin Maddox is 9th in the order, last but certainly not least. Pitch too high to the inside. 1 ball, no strikes on 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
outfield, very, very shallow, Galen.
Yeah.
Not expecting much, not expecting any really power at all from Austin Maddox.
Pick attempts over at first base. Murphy will throw to Wood. Elwinger is safe, who reached on that walk moments ago.
Rob, between Phillips and Christian Murphy, that might be the 15th pickoff attempt we've had.
Been quite a few of them. It's about a 8-foot leadoff there at first. This pitch on the way. It'll pop up and goes foul just on top of the roof to our right as we're on the third level here at Olsen Field. The count even at 1-1 on 2 outs.
Tells me both coaching staffs are expecting both teams to be running. See what Elwinger does here on a 1-1 pitch.
Murphy with a pick attempt over at first. Here on the 1-1, got him in the zone for a strike. Beautiful pitch, 1-2, Dennis.
Very good pitch. But as I said, Galen, Christian's going right at these guys.
Yeah, he is. There's no hesitation.
No, there's really not. I think his confidence level is sky high today.
The 1-2 on the way. This one on the off speed, but it's too far to the outside. Look close here, Dennis. It's even at 2-2.
From the third deck of wherever we are, it looked real good, but just off the plate for ball 2. 2-2 count. 2 outs.
Another pick attempt over there at first, as you can see on your screen. Boy, loving the angles. When you're this high up, you get just a beautiful view of the field. You can see almost in its entirety how beautiful of a ballpark this is, Dennis.
Well, it's a joy to be here, and I'm glad the kids are getting this opportunity to play at a field like Olsen Field at Bluebell Park.
2-2. This one will chop up over to Posey. Posey picks it up, throws the dagger over to first, and the runner is out for the third and final out. We'll look at that one on the replay. Great job there by the Georgetown Eagles.
I'm going with the first base umpire on that call. It's a very nice call.
In this inning for Magnolia West, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave one on base. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Eagle baseball continues here on SHN Sports.
Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports, brought to you in part by Mahan Roofing, Jesse Mahan, providing you with everything you need to make sure the roof over your head is safe, sound, and secure. A veteran-operated and owned business with exceptional customer service in Central Texas. Visit Mahan Roofing online at mahanhcs.com. Minuteman Press of Georgetown, Ty Gibson and Blake Nicholson. Your one-stop print shop in Georgetown is Minuteman Press. From business cards to brochures, signage and magnets, logo design, and just about everything you can imagine, Minuteman Press can help bring your business to life. Visit Minuteman Press of Georgetown online at mmptx.com. The Oak Ridge Disciple House, Joshua Harris. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a 501c3 nonprofit faith-based Christian character building ministry helping men 18 years or older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, Oak Ridge can help. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Find that light at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
We're back in action here to start things in the top of the third inning, all tied up at 1-1 here in the 2019 5A Regional Finals, live from College Station, Olsen Field at Bluebell Park. It's the Georgetown Eagles, bottom of the order. Oh, is that correct?
Yeah, we'll go 8, 9, and 1. Zach Whittington will lead it off.
Yep, Zach Whittington will lead it off. Thank you for that.
You bet, 8, 9, and 1.
As we are there, Whittington a hard hit off of the first base side. Man, that one right into the metal just to the bleachers next to us over there in that corner. You could hear a loud pop. The early count 0-1 on the foul ball.
Just missed lining that down the right field line, to tell you the truth.
Next delivery inside for a ball. 1-1 and no outs here in the top of the third. Phillips, left leg up, right hand. Got him on the off speed there. 1-2.
That off-speed pitch is a real go-to pitch for Phillips, Galen. He's thrown that thing for a strike throughout the ball game so far. Tough pitch to adjust to.
1-2, hard swing. And a put out over at first. Another strike. And, man, if you go back really and look at that, another great job by Magnolia West taking care of business on the defensive end, Dennis.
Absolutely. That ball did skip into the dirt. Good job by Zako as he looked back at the plate umpire. Plate umpire didn't give him a definitive out, so his job was to go down to get the 2-3 put out. So good job by Zako.
Ninth in the order, the catcher, number 24, A.J. Vasquez. Took the first one for a strike, 0-1, one away.
Starts him off with that breaking pitch again, which he's very effective with, throws it for strikes.
Quickly in rhythm, another one in the dirt. We've seen a lot of them, and that's just his style of pitching that's effective. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
That ball hit probably a foot in front of home plate.
The winner of this series will advance to the Dell Diamond to the state semifinals. This one across as Vasquez wanted to take it, and it was in the zone for a strike, 1-2.
Actually got the appeal on the swing, Rob, as plate umpire appealed down to first base.
Next delivery, hard hit, but it goes foul behind the Georgetown Eagle dugout and way behind us. And the battle starts for Georgetown's A.J. Vasquez.
As we talk about being a two-out ball club, we get A.J. on. There's only one down now, but regardless, we get back to the top of our lineup.
1-2, another foul into the back of the net. The battle continues for A.J. Georgetown pitching coach Brindley, of course, over there in his box, just off of first base. Brings a lot of knowledge to these Georgetown kiddos. And the bullpens here, normally, Dennis, we can see the bullpens real close to the dugouts. These are all the way back in the corners.
We can barely see Mag West, the home team dugout, but cannot see our bullpen at all.
This one.
Certainly don't think anybody would be up throwing this early. Christian's done a very, very good job in these first 2 innings.
No, there's nobody in the pen right now because it's down there where the Alpha Graphics sign is on the
right.
Yeah, it's there in that right corner, just past 330.
Right.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Vasquez staying alive. Another hard hit and another foul. And he'll stay alive, 1-2, Dennis.
I have a post in my way, so I couldn't see that section of the ball field, but I do see it now. So, yes, we will be able to pick up anyone in the bullpen.
1-2, 1 away here in the top of the third. We're tied at 1 apiece. Phillips gets the call, the delivery, the pitch, the swing into the fence again. Man, a good at-bat here for A.J. Vasquez as he's staying alive.
Absolutely, getting that pitch count up, Galen.
8 pitches, and this is 5 fouls, 2 strikes, and a ball.
So the bottom of our lineup doing a good job right now of fouling off pitches. Zach doing the same thing.
Phillips taking some time here, shakes his head no on the first one. Now the pitch on the way. And Vasquez will swing and miss for the second out.
That's the pitch that starts just on the outside corner. Rob, it's breaking probably a foot outside, but once you commit to it, Galen, you can't read fastball, you can't read curveball quick enough or changeup quick enough, and you've committed your swing. So back to the top of the lineup. Still going with 2 outs, though.
It's Jeffrey David. He's 0 for 1 batting. He's on base, though, with a walk, a stolen base, and then the Cole Posey RBI brought him in for that Lone Ranger 1 that's on the board right now for the Eagles. 1-0 count, the first pitch, a ball to Jeffrey David. Next delivery, hard one. This one will line over to center, and Carpenter will have the easy grab, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Georgetown Eagles. Great job by Magnolia West on the defensive side of things. Phillips showing why he is their top man. We'll take a quick break. Eagle baseball continues in a few moments.
Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports is made possible in part by Pregame Insurance Group, Doug Groves. Pregame Insurance Group is an independent insurance agency located in Central Texas that provides a broad range of insurance products and services from the finest carriers. Our top priority is to exceed our customers' expectations. Visit Pregame Insurance Group online at pigbcs.com. Specialty Restoration of Texas, Brent Parker. Specialty Restoration of Texas provides 24/7 emergency services for fire and smoke damage, storm damage cleanup, and water damage mitigation. We also provide remodel and reconstruction work For more information, visit them online at srttx.com.
Back in action from Olson Field at Bluebell Park. Rob Hipp alongside Dennis Allman. Appreciate the fine camera work, as always, of David England, Nathan Height, and Galen Welnicki up in the booth. Well, for Georgetown, it's been really that first inning for both teams, Dennis. 1-1 our score as we start things here in the bottom of the third, and we will go back to the top of the lineup for Magnolia West.
Christian Murphy back out for his third inning of work. Folks, if you remember back last week, this was the inning here that gave him a little bit of trouble. Second time through the lineup for Mag West, but I believe his confidence level is up in this ball game like none before.
First pitch up high to Dylan Van Wicklen, who is 0 for 1 as he lined one over to right field for the first out to start this game. The next pitch on the way, and again, too low. 2 quick balls here, Dennis.
Rob, I was going to say this is a big inning for Christian right here. The third inning, if you have it back in the back of your mind, this is where you had a little trouble in the outing last Thursday night against Santa Fe. This is the inning that he wants to get through.
2-0. Murphy, left leg up, right hand fastball. Got him in the zone for a strike.
Good pitch.
2-1.
We've talked throughout the broadcast in the ball game that Christian is not holding back. He's going right after these guys.
Murphy again in rhythm. His next pitch swung on, this one foul. Once again bounces off the metal bleachers, and the count even at 2-2.
Real good off-speed pitch again. Count even up at 2-2.
2-2 pitch. Chopped over to foul off the third base bag. The count at 2-2 remains, and Dylan Van Wicklen starts his battle. And we will have possibly some activity over in the Georgetown bullpen now, as I see 4 players running over there with Coach Hennessy.
Right, Rob, that's number 20, number 18, and they're just going down there. They're not going to start warming up yet. They're just going down there.
Pearson and Courtney.
Yeah, Braxton and Ryan going down to just start to get loose.
3-2, the second payoff pitch of the afternoon for Murphy as he shrugs his shoulders, takes a deep breath. Now the delivery. This one over to center. Childress will make the easy grab as he takes about 5 steps forward. And so on a payoff pitch, we're 1 away here in the bottom of the third.
Nice job from Christian on that, Galen, as he went right at again. I keep saying that all ball game long, but, folks, that's what he's doing. He is going right at these guys. Went right at their leadoff hitter on a 3-2 pitch and got him to fly out to center field.
Goes back to a left-handed batter, the center fielder, number 7, Carson Carpenter, who is 1 for 1. He singled, stole over, and eventually scored that first and only run that's on the board right now for Magnolia West. The first pitch, a ball, 1-0 count.
Ground single into right field, hit pretty hard his last time at bat.
Next delivery, hard swing, but it's late. This one sells well foul, and over the third level here at Bluebell Park, just behind the Magnolia West dugout. 1-1. Murphy on his way. This pitch in the dirt just in front of the right-handed batter's box line. The count 2-1, Dennis.
Rob, as a play-by-play guy, how does it feel to say in the dirt?
It feels good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? feels like we're really at a ballpark.
2-1. And again in the dirt. Oh, man. That
pitch.
One looked close in the dirt, Dennis.
Yeah, it got him. That was at the knees. A good inside fastball at the knees.
Yeah, good eye there because I saw some dirt flying. I guess it's because we've been talking about dirt. 2-2. Now that one was in the dirt to the inside.
Yes, it was.
And the count once again at payoff at 3-2 for the third time this evening.
Good job, though, again by A.J. behind the plate.
Three balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch on the way. This one will pop up. Georgetown should have it in the infield as Murphy will hand it off over to David, and David, right near the mound, makes the grab for the second out. 2 up, 2 down so far for the Eagles, both of those on payoff pitches.
Yeah, back-to-back full counts that Christians has made really, really good pitches to come up with the fly ball to center and the pop up to third.
Third in the order, the shortstop, number 8, Zach Wall, who's 1 for 1. He singled, then left stranded over at second, back in the first. First pitch on the way to Wall. Oh, that one hit him. My goodness, that one's going to leave a bruise as that one hit him right up near the neck area. The tattoo shop open for the first time tonight on the hit by pitch.
That's one of those that I'm kind of watching the plate umpire for a minute to see, as Wall made no attempt to get out of the way, but that ball was up and in.
We'll see it here on the replay, Dennis.
Yeah, didn't move an inch.
Boom, right there. Got him on the shoulder there. Yeah. And Brindley will talk things over. Georgetown's coach, Dusty Brindley, talking things over with Christian Murphy. Been a good one so far. Tied up, one apiece. 2 away here in the bottom of the third.
Rob, Adam came out of the dugout to talk to the plate umpire about that same issue, as the fact whether he didn't make any attempt to get out of the way. But again, one of the things that we say about this coaching staff with Adam and Dusty Brindley and Jordan Vieira, perfect time for Coach Brindley to pop out of the dugout and tell Christian, look, you got 2 outs. You're all right. You're not doing anything wrong. You're solid right now, so stay with it. So perfect visit from Coach Brindley.
Brings up Willie Ibarra, the second baseman. He's 0 for 1. He was out from that Cole Posey to first, back in the first. Runner thought about taking off over to second. Quickly, Zach Wall came back.
One of the few times that you see the second baseman hitting in the 4-hole, although Rome Schubert did it last week, but he simply moved from first over to second for Santa Fe.
Another payoff, I beg your pardon, pick attempt. I've been saying payoff because we've seen so much of those pitches here in this game.
Back-to-back 3-2 counts in the inning to get 2 outs.
1-0 delivery, chop foul off the third base line. And the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs to Willie Ibarra. Murphy didn't like the first call there from catcher's mound. He'll throw one over to first. That base runner safe. Beautiful night for baseball. You know, rain was threatening. In fact, there's been some severe weather throughout the Lone Star State. Mabank had a tornado earlier today, or yesterday. Swung
yes, he did.
Appealed and got the strike, 1 and 2, as the home plate appealed over to first.
Yeah, he definitely went around. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Christian on top of Willie Ibarra.
1-2, runner will take off. Vasquez throws over to second. That should have been there in time, and the Eagles know it, and that is it. Caught stealing, good job by Georgetown. You talked about when we went on that play by A.J. Vasquez. We'll keep it right here this time. What a throw and a heads-up play by Vasquez.
He's just done such an outstanding job. 42?
No. Who?
2-4. I think it was over
2-4.
Whittington.
Yeah, it was to Zach. Yeah, 2-4 put out.
out.
Zach took the throw as Cole was in the hole. I just want our folks to know what a job AJ's done in the first ball game of the Santa Fe series. Wyatt was behind the plate. We had a little different lineup. We were looking at Grant Wood for the first time at first. A lot of different things were going on. Coach went back to A.J. behind the plate, Wyatt back in center with his speed, settled his defense down. And A.J. is such an unsung hero, folks, throughout this series. But right there, simply threw out Zach Wall by about 5 feet.
Well, the beautiful views here from Olsen Field at Bluebell Park. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for spending your Thursday with us. We'll be right back here, same place, same booth, same time tomorrow. And then, if necessary, a Saturday game at 1 p.m. And I say that we'll be here. It's all depending on what the weather does. There is rain in the forecast, and we hope that rain will stay away, because if there's any rain in the area, we will not play at this facility. We'll be back over at Bomber.
Well, I tell you what, folks, there's weather can affect this, because this series needs to be completed, because this is sending a team to the state championship.
Leading off, we'll start things here in the top of the 4th inning. The Georgetown Eagles will stay towards the top of the lineup. Second in the order, the center fielder, number 13, Wyatt Childress, the A&M commit, who is 0 for 1 here this afternoon. But it was on a good one. It was that sacrifice bunt that put David in scoring position to set up the Cole Posey RBI back in the first inning.
I guess you could say, Rob, if all things go right, Wyatt could be standing in this batter's box again sometime next year.
Yeah, I was just about to say, he's getting a little preview. 1-1 pitch to the outside and low. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs here in the top of the 4th. We're tied 1-1.
Well, I commend Wyatt for coming here, and also if he does take a shot at walking on here.
Next delivery again away, 2-0.
You know, Rob, and Dennis, I'm curious if I saw Childress on a picture on the wall up there. I'm curious if any relation.
I don't think so. I think we actually asked about that earlier, and I don't think there's any relationship between.
2-0 pitch across the plate for a strike, 2-1.
With that name Childress in our Childresses.
Swung around and missed to even the count at 2-2. Boy, we have seen all sorts of just things. I just saw on the camera angle, if you look right next to Childress, you got a little mannequin heads or something there. There's so many things going on in both dugouts. 2-2 pitch. This one low in the dirt to bring it to a full count at 3-2. Georgetown had a rubber chicken hanging from theirs. I mean, my goodness, everybody's bringing out the superstition artifacts here this late in the playoffs.
It certainly happens.
A little view there of Georgetown's Wesley Krieger. 3-2 payoff on the way. This one over the head of the shortstop wall, and that'll be a leadoff single as David will stand tall. He thought about going to second, but again, or beg your pardon, Childress has the single for the Eagles.
Really good at bat as Wyatt fouled up a couple of pitches, stayed on it, and just lined it into left center field. Not hit real hard, but hit hard enough to find green grass. So Eagles back in business again here in the top of the fourth inning. Nobody out.
Wyatt Childress giving a little fist bump to Coach Dusty Brindley. Cole Posey at bat now. He has the RBI. He's cooked the first steak for the Eagles. Georgetown wants to take him out of the freezer. Some more of them, as Chris Courtney would say. One of our sponsors here. Pick attempt as Phillips threw to Elwinger. Runner safe. Childress. And Childress has got the speed behind him, Dennis. We've seen him steal bases this season. Phillips knows it. He'll throw. Childress will take off over to second. Childress sliding, diving, and Childress is out. Caught stealing. See if we've got a good angle on the replay of that one. We didn't have had a switch there. Apologize for that. Couldn't really see it. 2-1 the count on Cole Posey.
Well, you get to the region finals, folks, and you're going to see some pretty outstanding catching.
Next pitch. Two of them, two quick strikes here, Dennis, 2-2.
And that's what Jaco and Vasquez bring to this ball game. Two pinpoint throws to gun down runners trying to steal, which will slow the running game down for the rest of this ball game.
Next delivery, swing and a miss for the second out.
Coach Foster is trying to get a runner up into scoring position with nobody out, and Cole Posey at the plate to be followed by Tilson, who has a base hit, and Wesley Dixon. So nothing wrong with the effort, just good execution by Mag West.
Maybe just a little test of that catcher.
First pitch, a strike here, 0-1 to Ty Tilson, who is 1 for 1, singled but was left stranded back in the first. Well, Georgetown's been getting the hits here, Dennis. They're just not able to bring them around. Had a couple of opportunities here in this game.
It's kind of the nature that we've talked about, as Galen said, not a lot of hits, but yet still be able to manufacture some runs.
Next pitch to the outside, 1 ball, 1 strike on 2 outs. And Georgetown only with 1 run on 2 hits here in this game, as we are tied in the top of the fourth. Next delivery. A lot of heat behind it, but a ball, 2-1.
Stay down low. Once again, good umpiring, good plate umpires, good plate umpire tonight.
Two-1 on its way. Another one in the dirt. That's the one where you wish you would have still had a runner on base, because you could have got away with an advancement on a wild pitch there. 3-1 the count, though, the options for Ty Tilson.
As had been said earlier, that occasionally Phillips can have control problems, and that's trying to throw a pitch. I think he may be working on that slider that just gets away from him and bounces in. It's bouncing a foot in front of the plate.
The 3-1. This one chopped hard over to Ibarra at second. Ibarra throws to Elwinger, and that'll do it on a very routine 4-3 putout. In this inning, though, Georgetown not able to gain any traction. They did get that one hit, of course, no runs, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're through 3.5, bottom of the fourth coming up. We'll keep things right here, Dennis, as we are tied 1-1 and due up for Magnolia West. We'll start in the heart of the order, the 4, 5, and 6, Ibarra, Phillips, and Zako.
West, I tell you what, West is they came back to tie this thing up in the bottom half of the first inning. It's the kind of ball game, Rob, that we figured we would see. We figured it to be a low scoring ball game. Our ball games were low scoring against Santa Fe. Theirs were low scoring against Nederland. In fact, both 2-1, 4-2 ball games, if my recollection serves right. So we're right about where we want to be, although Georgetown has had 4 at-bats with a hit, with a run and 2 hits. Magnolia with 3 at-bats and a run and 2 hits coming up in the bottom of the fourth inning. This is a place right here where we go through 4, 5, and 6. Christian back out for his 4th inning of work. I've just been extremely proud of him, to tell you the truth. He'll take the hill right here and try to see if he can't work his way through the bottom of the 4th inning to give us a chance to get back up to bat. So, Rob, back to you. As Willie Ibarra, who was up to bat on the throw out at second, will step back to the plate again.
Ibarra, the right-handed batter, stands center in that right-handed box. The pitch high into the inside. The early count 1-0. Friends, wanted to remind you, don't miss the UIL Baseball State Tournament June 5th through 8th. For more information, visit uiltexas.org. 1-0, got him across in the zone for a strike, 1-1.
Activity in the Georgetown bullpen, but no one throwing in earnest. So no concern from Dusty Brindley at this particular moment. Christian pitching a very, very fine ball game.
1-1 on its way. This one swung on over to Posey, who's been active tonight. Takes 2 swings. This one over. And did he get the tag? No. Wow, it was what an opportunity and a almost amazing play there by Grant Wood. We'll see it on the replay. Boy, it looked like he got the tag.
Well, we're going to get an appeal here. First base umpire, a good job by Adam to bounce out. Going to ask the first base umpire if the tag was made. First base umpire couldn't see the tag.
Here's the replay, Dennis. We have a good look at it. It would have been close. Dennis, we'll take one more look here. As you can see it on your screen, tell me what you think. They say
plate umpire saying that he did not get the tag.
And it was very hard to hear, of course, even with our great angle. Good job by Nathan and David there. It was very close.
Well, actually, both umpires had a pretty good look at it. I agree it was very, very close, but will go down as an E6.
They scored it a hit, I believe.
Yeah, they put it as a hit up there.
Oh, not a – well –
I kind of agree with you on that one, Dennis. Yeah, bunt placed, a good bunt here. David will come over, throws over to first. Runner will advance to second.
Yeah, pretty routine play, but if they want to give him a hit, then they can give him a hit, and that'll take an onus off of Cole Posey.
So the sacrifice bunt by Connor Phillips will advance Ibarra over to second. David able to throw over to Wood on the routine 5-3. 6 in the order, the catcher, number 16, Brody Zako, who's 0 for 1.
It wouldn't be the first time I disagreed with an official scorekeeper, so.
This one hit over. Whittington able to get down, throws to Wood for the easy out, and we're 2 away. Runner, though, does advance all the way over to third. The good news about that, it's 2-out territory.
Rob, you might be seeing some of the folks down here swatting a lot. The gnats are incredible down here on this real grass field. Something we're not used to is gnats.
Gnats.
I guess they don't like turf.
I tell you what, I heard a couple of weeks ago, what was it in Mumford when y'all were fighting the mosquitoes?
7th in the order. This pitch too far to the outside on Swiderski. The count 1-0. My goodness, there was Nathan, if he had a headset on, he could tell you about the mosquitoes were probably the size of quarters. And
holy moly.
When I would pop them, you can only imagine. 1-0, the count. 2 away. Next delivery to the left-handed batter. Swung on and missed. 1-1.
Nice pitch again with the runner at third. Christian Murphy pitching from the stretch to hold him a little closer. so Jeffrey David can be off the bag a little bit.
1-1, right-hand delivery, swung on hard, it goes foul. There's some kiddos that were hoping they'd get a ball, and that one bounces from the third level down to the second, all the way down to the first. A little plinko, if you will, from the baseball tonight.
Swiderski more of a slap hitter, trying to just poke that ball into left field, and are we shallow in left and center?
1-2, Murphy for the Eagles. Delivery, hits it into the net to even the count at 2 and 2 on 2 outs.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
It is 1-2?
Yeah.
I guess I missed that first one. Thank you for that, Dennis. Boy, that scoreboard, you got to get used to it. And this is a base hit right up center, and it'll score a run. Right where he needed to hit it was Swiderski. And that'll be an RBI single as he will bring in Willie Ibarra, and the Magnolia West Mustangs have a 2-1 lead.
All that he really was trying to do was slap the ball into left field, slap the ball anywhere between short and third. Got a pitch a little over the plate and grounded it about 6-7 feet left of the bag into center field. So Magnolia West with a 2-1 lead right now.
And somebody is starting to throw.
8th in the order, the first baseman, J.P. Elwinger. The first pitch, a ball, 1-0.
We can't really tell from here whether it's Ryan Courtney or Braxton Pearson.
This one hit foul off the first base line. The count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1, runner on first for Magnolia West, leading 2-1 as they've taken the lead here in the bottom of the 4th.
Pitch just off the plate, Rob, for ball 2, so 1 ball and 2 strikes. Excuse me, 2 balls and 1 strike, folks, sorry. With 2 down.
It's Braxton Pearson over there throwing in the bullpen.
Number 20 thrown in the pen. Bullpen is outside the right field wall from us.
2-1 the current count here to J.P. Elwinger. Magnolia West with the lead and a runner on, 2 out. He'll hit this one foul off the first base side again, and the count even now at 2-2 on 2 outs. We'll talk to David England on the next out before we enter the top of the 5th and kind of get his perspective of the Georgetown dugout after this last run, now trailing 2-1. Pick attempt as Murphy throws over to Wood. The base runner safe is Swiderski. It's a beautiful night for baseball here in the Brazos Valley. 1-2, swung on, foul barely off the first base line.
That could have been trouble.
That could have been a lot of trouble. The configuration of this ballpark, though, would have kicked it back into left field, or in that case, would have kicked it back, I think, into right field, which may have put runners on second, third. But nevertheless, folks, it's a foul ball.
Yeah, it rolled hard on the angle over there. You're exactly right, Dennis.
Yeah, Swiderski at first, 2-2 count still.
2-2 on the way. Had to inchworm his way out of that one as it was close. And a payoff pitch coming up again from Murphy. 3-2 on 2 outs.
Always the tough thing to put the runner in motion with 2 down and a 3-2 count. So Swiderski will be in motion. So anything hitting the gap, he most likely can score.
Another pick attempt. The runner is safe. Swiderski dives back in plenty of time. Another view of this beautiful field here at Bluebell Park. Pitch on the way. Chop foul off the third base line, and the battle continues for J.P. Elwinger.
I really didn't ask you, but did they bring Bluebell up here just in case?
I don't think so.
They bring it to the concessions for $3 a cup.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just checking because I thought I was going to get chocolate chip if they were going to.
They have chocolate and vanilla, in case you were curious.
Chocolate vanilla.
We've already scoped it out.
That doesn't quite get my chocolate chip that I was just really hankering for.
I was just wondering if somebody hit a home run, if ice cream flowed out of the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah. You just hold up your cup.
3-2.
Payoff pitch again on the way. This one walked him. We'll take a look at that on the replay. It was close.
Just off the plate inside. And that's going to be all for Christian Murphy as Adams coming out, Rob, which is normally going to be a change, but I don't know that.
There's Braxton now is making his way over.
Like
a lot of time taken over there in that Georgetown bullpen.
Yeah, he's coming in. Well, there'll be a nice round of applause for Christian Murphy as he goes 3 2/3 here in this ball game.
So Pearson will come in relief now for Christian Murphy. Murphy will be responsible for the 2 that are on. Christian Murphy goes through 3 2/3 of an inning. He allows 4 hits, 2 of those coming here in the 4th, 2 runs. Murphy not striking out any tonight. And just going back and looking here, he walked 2 batsmen. So again, Murphy 3 2/3, 2 runs on 4 hits, no strikeouts, and walked 2. That'll bring up number 20, Georgetown's Braxton Pearson. We'll have his stats here in just a few moments, Dennis.
Braxton throws hard. It'll be a good change of pace. Throws a little bit harder than Christian. So it'll be a good change of pace for what will be the 9th hitter, or the number 9 hitter, Austin Maddox, who simply grounded out to short his first time up. So a good move right here. Another good job, another good outing by Christian Murphy as he takes your Eagles into the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Pearson, 10 1/3 innings pitched. He has played in 9 games, started none of those. And just going back looking here, he's allowed 8 runs on 12 hits. 5 of them were earned. He has walked 6, struck out 16, sent 2 to the tattoo parlor on a hit by pitch. That's a 3.387 ERA for Georgetown's Braxton Pearson.
Came in relief last Thursday night for Christian in the Santa Fe ball game and pretty much shut the door on Santa Fe. So that's the job that he's called on to do here tonight, is to come in and shut the door with hold it to 1 run. Georgetown with 3 at-bats left, 5th, 6th, and 7th inning. We'll go back to the top of the lineup. Well, we're in the middle of the lineup, I beg your pardon. Middle of the lineup in the top of the 5th inning.
Appreciate everybody joining us on YouTube this afternoon. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button. You'll know as soon as we go live this entire series. Again, click subscribe. Kelly Duvall joining us, showing us a picture as well. Says that he had us on his screen in his suite in Cape Canaveral, Florida. Thank you, Kelly Duvall. Thank you, as always, for your years of service with the Georgetown Police Department. And you're supposed to be retired, but you're still working, man. So we appreciate you, brother. We love you, and always good to hear from you. And I know David England's probably got something to tell you eventually, too. He always does. Right, David? He's looking down there. David, of course, works for the fire department, so you guys always have to duke it out, man.
Is he got some? Is he laying in bed with some donuts on his belly?
Oh, come on. Actually, he is laying down. I see his feet there. He has some. Oh, hey, he does have the copper fit socks on, David. He's getting that copper fit momentum going. Hey, Kelly, we love you, man. Thank you for joining us, buddy.
9 hitter, Rob, for
Maddox, the first pitch off of Braxton's right arm, a swing and a miss. 0-1 as Maddox is 0 for 1 this afternoon.
63 pitches for
Christian.
Christian, yes.
Of course, you can go 110 is the total number you can go in any playoff series. 1-2 count, right arm. This one to the outside. Pearson 1-1. We've seen Pearson come in. He took care of business in some playoff games this season. And good to see him back out here getting some valuable play time and experience, Dennis.
He's been very effective in his relief role.
Oh. Next delivery on a wild pitch. Runner trying to take off to third, and he is out. Wow, what a play. Vasquez doing it again as the runner takes off to third, and Georgetown gets the 3rd out on a wild pitch.
That was a rough situation. That ball ricocheted back. And A.J., to be quite frank with you, A.J. quick to react, turned and threw him out at third. Great job by A.J. Vasquez to shut down this inning and hold. 2 things happened there. We not only hold them to the 1 run as they have a 2-1 lead, but the momentum shifts. In my opinion, Galen, momentum shifts back to your Eagles as we have 4, 5, and 6 coming up in the top of the 5th inning to place.
Our good friends, Grandpa Andy and Uncle Raul, cheering on A.J. Vasquez from Corpus Christi. Thank you for your message. More of the Vasquez family in Corpus. Aunt Dre saying, SHN, thank y'all for broadcasting and allow us to listen and watch. Now let's get those steaks cooking. Appreciate you joining us. Man, it's a Vasquez family moment here, Dennis. More AJ Vasquez family, this time from Oklahoma City. AJ's got family all over. We appreciate you guys. And also some friends here saying couldn't make the game tonight, watching from Georgetown. Thanks for what you do. And the current pitch count on the starters, we had that earlier. As Galen said, 63 was the count for Christian Murphy. I don't have the numbers for Phillips.
We'll get those in just a quick second.
And I got to say it, Dennis, more A.J. Vasquez family joining from Corpus Christi. This time saying to his aunt and uncle joining us. So appreciate you. If you got a shout-out, we'd love to hear from you. Even if you're from Magnolia West and you've got someone you want to shout out to, feel free to text those to us at 512-522-9105. Again, the SHN fan text line is open at 512-522-9105. Dennis, been a good one so far. We'll see what's in store as we start things here in the top of the fifth. Georgetown
58.
will be in the meat of their order. 58 was the pitch count for Phillips. And Dixon will lead things off here to start for Georgetown, who is trailing 2-1. The number 1 team in the state versus the number 10 team, according to the Diamond Pro.
Actually, Georgetown sends 5, 6, and 7 to the plate here in the top half of the fifth inning. I'd said 4, 5, and 6, but it is 5, 6, and 7. And if you're watching close, the Nats are beginning to affect Connor Phillips out on the mound.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
His first right-handed pitch is on the way and too high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, Georgetown trails 2-1 here in the top of the fifth.
You know, having lived here before, having lived here about 5 years before, in the past, having the Nats in this high humidity, wet weather, it's not something, and grass, it's not something that you would be surprised by.
Well, I know you saw it as I saw it, but the Brazos River.
Last 2 pitches were strikes, 1 and 2.
The Brazos River all the way through Waco last night is almost out of its banks. When I was up in Waco with one of my grandsons last night,
he was running pretty good when we drove in on last night.
1 ball, 2 strikes, swung on here, and the appeal over to first base, and it will be a strikeout swinging for the first out to start things. Wesley Dixon here in the top of the fifth.
Nice sequence of pitches right there by Connor Phillips. Again, fastball, and then that breaking pitch, it's awfully hard to adjust to. Noah Thompson looking to get something started for your Eagles here.
1 and 2 the count. Back to a left-handed batter. Noah Thompson, pitch on. And got a ball. The catcher there, Zako, looked at the home plate umpire. He asked for the appeal and actually looked down over at the third base umpire. And they said, nope, that's a ball, 1-0. Zako got the appeal he was asking for. 1-0 pitch. This one, another ball, 2-0. Pitch to the inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Good options here for Georgetown's Noah Thompson, who's 0 for 1 as he struck out swinging for the first out back in the second. He's trying to get on and give this Georgetown team some much-needed life, trailing 2-1 here in the top of the fifth. Beautiful lights shining on the field as the pitch is on its way. 4 pitches and a walk for Noah Thompson. That's what you need, a 1-out walk.
Well, real good at bat by Noah. 2 of those pitches were pretty close. Noah had the really strong and good eye to take those pitches, got the calls in his favor. And once again, Galen via a walk, not a hit, but a walk. Georgetown has something going.
That's true. Style points don't count. The only thing that matters is the total after 7 innings.
That's right. And on-base percentage is what I talk to my grandsons about all the time. It's how often and how you get on base. Go ahead.
Grant Wood at bat. The pitch on the way to Grant to the inside, and quickly, well, I say quickly, Thompson kind of gingerly walked back over to first base. Luckily, he's safe there. 0-1 the early count, though, on Georgetown's Grant Wood. He is 0 for 1 this afternoon as well. Big attempt over at first. The runner's safe.
If I can remember correctly, he got nicked on that play at first base a couple innings ago.
He did.
And I was just wondering how much that's affected his speed, if he'd be able to.
Kind of hit the bag awkwardly on a play at first, and he really didn't need to run out. But
1-2 delivery. This one lines right into the ground of Ibarra in a double play, and Magnolia West taking care of business. We'll look at that one on the replay. Great job by the Mustangs. Your nice little 6-4-3.
That was a real nice play by Ibarra at second, as he really trapped the ball in his midsection, if you will, and with plenty of time made the throw. Taylor made double play. This one to the right side, second to short over to first. So real nice double play turn.
Yeah, 4-6-3. Thank you for that, Dennis.
4-6-3. Yeah, no problem.
Well, unfortunately for the Eagles, not able to gain any momentum as we're through 4.5. The Eagles only scored that one run to start this. They're trailing 2-1. Braxton Pearson remains on the mound for Georgetown.
Braxton comes back into, as he got the last out of the last inning, his job is simply to hold Magnolia West at these 2 runs and not let this thing get out of hand right now. Georgetown still has the 6th and 7th inning to find a way to score a run to get us back in this ball game. But right now we do trail 2-1. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning.
We'll start things back, I believe, here at the bottom of the order, as Maddox was left on back in the 4th, so he will restart things here in the batter's box. Pearson still getting his warm-up pitches. David, what's the composure like over there in that Georgetown Eagle dugout right now? I was talking about that earlier. How are things over there with the Eagles right now?
It's just like another ball game. You know, there's no lack of composure at all. The young men are just, this is just a routine. That's the vibe I'm getting. I see no panic whatsoever. Kids are in good spirits. So look for some momentum change here pretty soon. That'd be nice.
Appreciate it, David. Your wife and daughter watching on the big screen back at home. Also, Coach Jason Dean, the athletic director now of Georgetown here, and also Mr. Hawkins. Appreciate the Georgetown faithful who have shown up here tonight. First pitch on the way, hard hit. This one pops up and will go foul, and we should hear a thud. And no thud. That one must have went way over us. The count here at 0-1 to start things for Maddox. Next delivery, a ball, 1 strike.
So the 1-1 pitch on the way from a shot foul. Run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Austin Maddox, leading off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Left fielder for Magnolia West. Braxton Pearson back in for his 2nd inning of work. As we said, he got the last out in the bottom of the 4th. Lights are on here in the press box, makes a major difference. Pitch off the plate, runs the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Eagle outfield has shifted slightly to the right of the bag. Wyatt a little bit right of the bag at second. Ty Tilson moving more toward left center than left field. Oh, yes. Swinging strike 3 on the off-speed pitch. Austin Maddox down on strikes for out number 1. Goes back to the top of the Mag West lineup to Dylan Van Wicklen, who's hit the ball hard both times. But Rob, we'll go back to you. I know you stepped away for a second. So back to Rob with 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Appreciate you, Dennis. There's a look at that replay. That's the first strikeout for any Georgetown pitcher this afternoon, and Van Wicklen will take the first one for a ball as it was low to the outside. A 1-0 the count on Van Wicklen. Yeah, to step up. I got the lights, man. It was a little dark in here. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 away, nobody on for Magnolia West here in the bottom of the 5th. Braxton Pearson for the Eagles. The next pitch chops over to Posey. Posey will field it, throws the dagger over to Wood, and he's got him for the 2nd out.
That's the really nice play that Cole Posey makes, as good as anybody that I've seen. That ball, Rob, chopped off the plate. Cole fielded it about 5 feet in on the grass. The little sidearm throw on the money to Grant Wood for out number 2. Well done by Cole Posey.
Got it on the replay. Great job by Wood there, and he really had to stretch out on that one. Able to make the play. It'll bring up second in the order, the center fielder, number 7, Carson Carpenter. And he's 1 for 2.
You know, Rob, we've talked a great deal this afternoon, or this evening, if you will, about the job AJ's doing. But credit, if you will, Grant Wood and Zach Whittington at first and second, as that right side of the infield has been stellar throughout these playoffs.
This is a base hit. As a nice line right over to center. It rolls, and that's a hard hit there by Carson Carpenter to get on base. His team with a 2-1 lead, 2 outs.
Second hit of the night from Carson Carpenter, and both of them have been bullets, Galen. One to the right, a second, and that one right back up the middle. So that young man hitting out of the 2-hole for Mag West has got a solid bat.
Appreciate Misiel Romero joining us as he was sending a text in earlier. Let's go, Eagles. Fly that W tonight. Appreciate you, Misiel. Thanks for joining us. Next pitch here, the first pitch to Zach Wall, too close to the inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Third in the order.
If you've been around the program a little bit, you know that Braxton Pearson's mother always paces, and you can hear her whistling from time to time to get Braxton to pitch better.
Pick attempt over at first. A lot of text messages coming in. We'll get to them as we can. A shout-out to the athletic trainers Chad and Vanessa of Georgetown High School and their awesome athletic training student age. You better believe it. Those trainers do a lot of work, Dennis.
Well, I think H has done a magnificent job throughout this playoff series.
1-0 pitch. This time in the zone for a strike. 1-1 on 2 outs.
You know, last week we had an opportunity for David to talk to Chad, and, just listening to him, what a quality training staff Georgetown High School has.
Yeah, we talked to – go ahead, Dennis.
Yeah, both Chad and Vanessa. This is a quality staff.
Runner will take off, trying to get over to second. Georgetown throws. Almost got away from him. Able to make the grab was Copo, and the tag here, Wood will play a little Tagarewski, and Georgetown will have the 3rd out. Good job there by the Eagles, throwing it all over the place and eventually coming up with that tag out for the Georgetown Eagles. I believe it was Whittington.
Get that 1-3-6-4 put out in your book if you want to. The old 1-3-6-4 put out on the pickoff attempt. That will go down as a stolen base attempt.
In this inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on as we are through 5. Top of the 6th. Critical moments for the Eagles as they're down to their final 6 outs. Ty Tilson's family watching and cheering from Toronto, Canada. Appreciate the Tilson family. Good luck from Reese's cousin, Snotty Ray Jones, and the Brady 8U softball girls. Awesome. We appreciate that message. Congratulations. Good luck to you guys. Another message. Let's go, Eagles. You've got this. The Locker Room Prayer Moms. Thank y'all for watching. Message here. Hey, y'all. First, thanks the wonderful people for broadcasting this team. Jack Brinley, my little cousin, making Dusty my uncle. So it's honestly amazing to get them to watch them play. Cheers to you and cheers to our Eagles. Thank you to the Brinley family. Shout out to Georgetown from the Estrada family. Go, mighty, fighting, ripping, and roaring, raging Cajun Eagles. Brett Hauser, the class of 2008 Fighting Eagles district champs. Just a few more here, Dennis, before we get back in action. Shout out to the Eagles from the Engelmans. Have the Eagles on TV, and Jack with Victoria Generals on iPad. Of course, talking about former Eagle Jack Engelman playing there for the Generals. Wyatt Childress' aunt and uncle Leslie and Mitchie Holzer watching from Sugarland. Great job broadcasting. Now we just need to get some more hits and runs. And Dennis, last but not least here, shout out to Abigail Rutledge's birthday crew who made the trip. Appreciate you guys. And I think we had some Magnolia West fans watching as well. So we appreciate all the Mag West fans. Thank you all for joining us here, Dennis. A lot of wonderful folks. Wanted to make sure we get them in and thank them for watching tonight.
Rob, let me throw a shout-out to a good friend of mine, Jay Welch, that we were talking earlier today and having a little we weren't quite sure if we were going to get this on SHN. So I'm hoping that he and his wife are involved in listening to the ball game because they love Georgetown Eagle baseball.
I used to do computer work for Jay Welch. It lives out and off Booty's Road.
Yep,
I know
absolutely.
exactly. In fact, I saw him yesterday at Home Depot, and I didn't get a chance to say hi to him. So, Jay, if you're watching, hello. And
Rob, such a great man. Such a great man.
Leading off here for the Eagles, and the first pitch on the way to Zach Whittington is a strike in the zone, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch off the right hand. Swing and a miss. Brings the count to 0-2 quickly on Zach Whittington, the junior, for the Eagles. Zach is 0 for 1 this afternoon. Next delivery to the outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Once again, a friendly reminder for those of you watching on YouTube, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. We would appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. Wally Harmon from Gateway saying that Gateway Gator fans are cheering on Ty Tilson. Oh, and a hit by pitch. That one right off the front visor and bounced down, and Whittington will reach on a hit by pitch. Well, we'll get on any way we could take it, Dennis. You know, those are the tattoo shop. You don't want to go early, but Georgetown will take it here in the 6th.
Absolutely. Needing base runners, got a base runner.
And part of that was the Georgetown victory. We'll have a runner come in here, a pinch runner come in for Georgetown, Landon Broad.
And that will be a pinch running situation.
That's getting the Georgetown Eagle bullpen a little fired up. We move to the bottom of the order. The catcher, A.J. Vasquez, who has more family watching this evening. Pete Thill also joining us. Great job watching from Georgetown. Appreciate you, Pete. Thank you for joining us. Pitch on the way. Inside for a strike, 0-1.
A.J. looking to move Landon up to second with the bunt. Vander Winklen charging hard at third.
Irma Fletcher from Sicily Island, Louisiana, watching her nephew A.J. Vasquez for the Eagles, who is at bat now on an 0-1 count. The next pitch to the inside to even the count at 1-1.
Squared the bunt but pulled it back, Rob. So, as you said, count 1 ball and 1 strike. Connor Phillips asking if he offered on it, but clearly pulled back from it. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
1-1, no outs, runner on 1 for the Eagles. And a pick attempt, that's an error, will advance. The pitcher, Phillips, overthrew Elwinger, and another error will advance the runner over to third. And Georgetown with some life here at the top of the 6th.
The left fielder couldn't pick the ball up either.
The left fielder was not really paying a lot of attention, so an E1 will send Landon to second. An E3 will send him to third.
2 errors on that play will give Georgetown life over at third base. No outs. 1-1 the count to A.J. Vasquez. And there will be a discussion on the mound with Phillips.
Frustration with Phillips as he threw that pickoff attempt away.
And the first mound discussion of the afternoon or the evening now for Phillips, I believe. Dennis, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
He's went through 6 innings without a discussion, or went through 5, and now here in the 6th we'll have that discussion.
For a team that I felt like and in watching has been fundamentally sound, completely fell apart on that play with the pickoff attempt, overthrow at first, and then really no one covering the bag at second on the confusion between the second baseman, Ibarra, and the shortstop, Zach Wall, the shortstop. So 1 ball, 1 strike count on A.J. Eagles with a golden opportunity to tie this thing up here, folks, late in the ballgame.
You can hear the Georgetown Eagle dugout as they are making some noise here in the top of the 6th, trailing 2-1. The pitch on the way to Vasquez, a swing and a miss. Boy, a hard pitch, a hard swing by Vasquez to bring the count to 1-2. No outs with that runner on third is the tie for the Georgetown Eagles.
Infield has drawn in. If the ball is hit straight at an infielder, if Landon breaks to the plate, that play will be at the plate.
Phillips taking a breath, left leg up, right hand fastball, swing and a miss. The first out and a strikeout to A.J. Vasquez. We'll go back to the top of the order, Dennis. 1 away.
Jeffrey David coming up with a leadoff walk and came around to score a run and then flied out to center. We could sure use a fly ball to center, left, or right now. Again, the Magnolia West medium depth right now.
Back to the top of the orders, it's David. He will hit this one over to Ibarra. Georgetown trying to get in. Did he get in time? No, he is out. Oh, my goodness. Broad did not get the tying run. Magnolia fans happy. Georgetown's Adam Foster going to talk over, and Dennis, I'll see if we have it on the replay.
Yeah, I don't know if he got his hand down in time. He was trying to, but he may have had to go around Jaco and unable to get that hand down.
We'll take another look at it here. Let's go back to the live, and let's take one more look at the replay. It's a really far angle, unfortunately, that we have on this one. Oh, I don't think he came around. And no wonder Coach Foster's upset.
I'm going to tell you that I really believe that he got the hand down in time. That was the only question I had, but he got the hand down, and the tag was late. Eagles get a tough call there at the plate.
That'll put David on over at first.
Fielder's choice.
On the fielder's choice.
So can't fault the play. A nice play by Ibarra to Zaco. But I believe the Eagles may have gotten a tough call at the plate.
Wide Childers for the Eagles, trying to give Georgetown some life. Base runner on, 2 away. Pitch on the way. Taken off over to second, diving, and out is Jeffrey David, caught stealing. And the Magnolia West fans are fired up, as they should be.
Well, momentum slipped to their side as we finish the top of the 6th inning. Hard thing about this game, folks, bang play at the plate that went against your Eagles. But I think if we have a chance to replay it a couple of times, it looked to me like the hand got down and the tag was as he was going by the plate. But nevertheless, it's 2-1 going to the bottom of the 6th inning.
In that inning, no runs, no hits, 2 errors, no one left on. We'll step aside. Eagle baseball continues. 2019 Georgetown Eagle Regional Final Baseball on SHN Sports, made possible in part by A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair, Bob Holt, author of the book Cowboy, Brennan Remodeling, Central Texas Business Association, Courtney Home Inspections, Gateway Mortgage Group, Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair, Georgetown Jewelry, Home Away from Home Pet Care, Ida Edwards, Realtor, Joel and Jackie Holcomb of Advocare, Mahan Roofing, Minuteman Press of Georgetown, the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Program Insurance Group, and Specialty Restoration of Texas. Thank you for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports. Back in action for Georgetown, a new pitcher on the mound, number 18, Ryan Courtney. Courtney getting the warm-up pitches now, as Pearson will go just, I believe, Dennis, 2/3 of an inning.
He went an inning and 2/3.
An inning and 2/3.
He finished the 4th and then pitched the 5th. So an inning and 2/3. An inning and a third.
So allowing 2 hits and 1 run. Actually, I believe 3 hits is what he allowed there. And anyways, Ryan Courtney on the mound here for Georgetown.
The run was charged, though, back to Christian, so not to.
Pitch on the way. This one will chop over to David. David makes the throw over to first, and Georgetown's got a 1-pitch, 1 out to start things. That one on Willie Ibarra. And you're right on that. Thank you for that, Dennis. We are 1 away. That's what Georgetown needs to get some fire going here on the defensive side to set it up for their offense to try to come back in the 7th.
We're going to get we were a little out of sync, but that was Zach Wall, which brings up Ibarra. We had the pickoff attempt in the previous inning. I know how confusing folks it can get.
Yeah. So it was Zach Wall. This will bring up Willie Ibarra.
Yeah, we've had 3 different pickoff attempts in this ball game, and twice thrown out at second, and it does get confusing. So nice pitch right there. 1-1 count.
1-1 to Willie Ibarra. Next delivery, too low into the outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. This a hard hit over to left, going deep, and that one is right in front of the fence at the 3:30 mark. A stand-up double to start here for Willie Ibarra, a one-out stand-up double.
That ball hit, that's a 6-foot wall. I feel confident. I mean, an 8-foot wall in left field. That ball hit about halfway up. I had a chance, Galen, of getting out of here. At 320, 323, that might have been out of here, but nevertheless, it is a one-out double. Magnolia West trying to add on to their 2-1 lead as Georgetown has at least one more at bat to try and tie it.
Connor Phillips, fifth in the order, who is 0 for 2 this afternoon for Magnolia West. That pitch on the way to the inside for a ball, 1-0 count. Courtney taking his time, looks over his right shoulder, left leg up, right hand delivery too high. Whoa, that was a close one, 2-0. Had to duck under that pitch, did Connor Phillips.
Good visit here by Dusty Brindley again. As I told him this past week when we talked, that he seems to make the perfect trips to the mound, just to tell you the quality of coach that he is, knowing that it's time. After a double off the wall, 2 pitches off the plate, you got to go out. You got to talk to your youngster. You got to give him a little bit of time to calm down, get a deep breath, and get ready to come from there. So, see what the visit from Coach Brindley does here for Ryan Courtney.
The lone run for Georgetown comes from Jeffrey David off Cole Posey's RBI. Galen?
He works a little bit like Mike Maddox that used to be the pitching coach. He comes out, and he's very calming when he comes out. And Maddox, always put his hand on the.
Well, I told him that this past week when we visited, that that's the thing that I've noticed throughout the year. Just picks the right times to come out. Of course, that's almost baseball, but still perfect time to come out.
Courtney will keep an eye over his right shoulder. Now he'll turn around and thought about throwing. The base runner, Willie Ibarra, will dive back, and he's safe in plenty of time. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 away. Runner at second for Magnolia West, who has a 2-1 lead. The next delivery on the way on a wild pitch. And a runner will advance over to third.
Eagles can ill afford to give up another run here to have to chase 2 in the top of the 7th or more. So Ryan's job here with the count 3 balls and no strikes. The infield will come in again as Mag West did in the previous inning. Ground ball in the infield will go to the plate to try to cut down that additional run Mag West is trying to put on the board.
The 3-0 swung on, hit foul off the first base line, 3-1.
And I believe there is activity in the Georgetown bullpen.
That's Jared Pierce, the lefty throwing down there. I know our lefties, so that's Jared, I'm sure, number 2. Good pitch.
And on a 3-1 for a strike, 3-2. The payoff coming up on Connor Phillips.
Wasn't completely surprised that Phillips was swinging 3-0 a while ago, but now looking to drive some of the outfield and get a run in to help himself.
3-2 payoff on the way. Got him. Oh, no, he did not. Wait a minute. Boy, I'm confused as they are. I think the batsman is confused, and he did get him striking, swinging there.
Well, that wasn't even an appeal. That was simply the plate umpire called him out. I mean, that's one of those things that Phillips knew he went around. He hit himself on the top of the helmet. He knew he went around, didn't even need an appeal there. So 2 down.
Brings up Brody Zako, lefty for Magnolia West. Right-handed pitch on the way, swung on, hit foul into the net behind him. The early count on Zako, 0-1, 2 outs. Magnolia West with a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th.
We got some people watching the game from over in the office building on the other side of us over there. There's 2 or 3 guys in the window over there at the.
Good pitch. Good pitch off the corner. Strike. No balls and 2 strikes on Zako. Eagle infield has dropped back to regular depth.
0-2 the count. Courtney trying to settle down, left leg up, right hand delivery too high upstairs for a ball, 1-2. This one will pop up. Courtney should be able to make an easy grab as he steps just off the mound, and that'll do it for the third and final out. Well, after allowing a big really hit over there to left for that stand-up double and a wild pitch over to third, Ibarra will left stranded. Georgetown escaping here will set them up for an opportunity to walk this one off. Well, no, they don't
can't
walk
it off.
They
yeah,
can't
we're
walk
at the top
off.
of the seventh. Unfortunately, we're, as you like to call it, the designated visitor.
Yeah, I just thought of that. I said, wait a minute, don't get ahead of yourself.
You don't think that Magnolia West is just going to obviously give up their bat in the bottom of the seventh?
Yeah, so
in that inning, no runs on one hit. There was no errors and one left on base. Again, thanks for joining us here. We'll keep things right here. Top of the seventh coming up. Final opportunity for the Georgetown Eagles. They're 3 outs to climb back into this game. And Dennis, they will do it at the top of their order, starting out with Wyatt Childress. Well, second in the order, the 2, 3, and 4, Childress, Posey, and Ty Tilson. You go back and look at those. Childress is 1 for 2 this afternoon. Posey is 0 for 2, and Ty Tilson is 1 for 2. So your hits there for the Georgetown Eagles coming in the top of those batters.
if you are coming to the top of the seventh in the ball game, Rob, and you're trailing 2-1, you'd like to have Jeffrey David, Wyatt Childress, and Cole Posey. Without Jeffrey David, Wyatt, Cole, and Ty, that's pretty solid. That's an opportunity to score a run. Eagles looking to score one or more, but one, in order to keep this ball game going as they trail 2-1 in the top half.
So Phillips will go
seventh inning.
Try to keep things rolling here. He'll try to go for the complete game. He has had a phenomenal job here for Magnolia West. The LSU commit on the mound. And again, leading off will be the center fielder, number 13, Wyatt Childress, the senior, who is 1 for 2 tonight.
After throwing a lot of pitches in the first 4 innings, he's gone 9 pitches in each of the last 2. So.
Yes, he settled down these last innings on the very economical innings. So
Phillips
can get it started.
Getting set, left leg up, right-handed pitch. This one across, fastball in the zone for a strike, 0-1.
That pitch didn't look like he's lost too much velocity.
No, his velocity is not slowed down at all. Of course, he's probably, I don't know, you got the pitch count.
Quickly back, 0-1. This one to the outside for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., Georgetown will have their baseball players' graduation, as they won't be able to attend the ceremonies tomorrow night. Swung here, this one popped up, and L. Wenger will toss it back to Phillips, and we're 1 out. Georgetown 2 outs remaining.
Check swing ground ball off the bat of Wyatt. Off-speed pitch, unsure what to do with it, and just check swing with a check swing, simply put it in play down to first for the first out.
By my count, which could be 1 or 2 pitches off, that was his 80th pitch.
Okay. I was suspecting that he was getting close to 80 or so.
Pitch on the way to Cole Posey. The off-speed got him for a strike in the zone. 0-1 to Cole Posey, who is 0 for 2 tonight.
Mag West pretty regular in right and center, but very, very deep in left.
Next delivery, low to the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Same pitch sequence, fastball, curveball. That he started out Wyatt with. Same pitch sequence.
Magnolia West trying to go 9-0 in the playoffs. Georgetown trying to go 8-1. Their lone loss coming to Santa Fe in the first game. They came back and won the next 2. Another fastball here, but it's too low to the inside. The count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Options here for Georgetown's Cole Posey.
Eagles simply need a base runner right now. And you put any kind of pressure on Phillips that they can, where he has to pitch from the stretch. We need a base runner.
Phillips, 2-1. Chop this one over. And it's foul. Took a while to get that call from the third base umpire, but it is foul. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Another odd situation in baseball, Rob. The ball was foul once it went to the left of the foul line, even though it hit fair and went foul. Front third base umpire immediately threw those hands up, said foul ball. Vander Winklen was fighting it off, but clearly was a foul ball. So 2-2 pitch.
Cole Posey trying to bring some life to Georgetown here in the top of the 7th. Magnolia West trying to end it and take game 1 of the best of 3. The pitch on the way. And Cole Posey gets tripped up. He had an opportunity, and he won't get there. And unfortunately, he did strike out. And we've seen a lot of those on a 2-3 put out here.
Yeah, from our vantage point, it's hard to see what's happening, but that ball is ricocheting, Galen, right back off of the back wall here at Olsen Field at Bluebonnet Park. Now, that's probably the third one we've seen to shoot back.
If you're the home team catcher, that gives you an advantage because you know how to play the ball off of that.
Absolutely. The nice play that A.J. made earlier was the same one. He turned around to go get it, ricocheted right back to him.
Right.
That's exactly what happened right there. So he goes down to an out.
Bring up Ty Tilson. Pitch on the way to Ty. Hard swing. It goes right in front of the Georgetown Eagle dugout. The early count 0-1 on Ty Tilson. Ty is 1 for 2 this afternoon.
The Mag West fans are on their feet down there anticipating.
Eagle fight never dies. The 2 out. As David likes to say, we can score with 2 outs.
Only trailing by 1. Tilson. Right-handed batter. Oh, that pitch close to the inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That put a whole new set of lyrics in chin music right there. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you what, that did not miss the bill of the cap by too much.
No, it didn't. I'm telling you what. Ty did a good job on that fastball of moving his head out of the way. But, folks, that ball was up and in and had some heat on it.
We saw it there on the replay.
Wow.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away, nobody on. Georgetown trails 2-1. The pitch, this one across for a strike, 1-2. Magnolia West 1 strike away from taking game 1.
Almost a setup pitch, Galen, on that wild pitch up and in and come back with that breaking pitch.
One-two delivery. On its way, swing and a miss, and Magnolia West will take game 1. Hats off to Phillips, a complete game for Phillips, only allowing 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. And Georgetown will drop game number 1. We'll step aside, we'll take a quick break as we'll have discussion and more. Stay with us, friends. Eagle Baseball continues in a few moments. Well, I'll try to quickly head down and talk to head coach Adam Foster after this one. Stay with us. Eagle Baseball continues. Dennis, I'll let you and Galen take it away.
All right, Rob, thank you very much, folks. Of course, news you just heard is not as good as we wanted it to be from Olsen Field here at Bluebell Park as your Eagles drop the first ball game of this best 2 out of 3 series against Magnolia West. A 2-1 thriller, to be honest with you, folks. Georgetown with just a run and 2 hits. Unable to get anything timely going, anything Galen going back-to-back at all. But to be quite frank with you, neither did Magnolia West. A couple situations throughout the ball game that might not have gone our way as far as calls. Sorry.
Yeah, and you can't. That's a decision by the umpire. Those are calls where the umpire has to make a decision. It's quick. You don't have a backup like you would in the pros with a replay.
Yeah, that overall has kind of put a little bit of a damper on this ball game as that play at the plate was awfully close. Could have gone either way, I think, as we saw the replay, but it went against your Eagles. And has proved to be the difference in the ball game as we could have tied it 2-2 right there, but will fall 2-1 in this ball game. A good job tonight, though, by Christian Murphy, by Braxton Pearson and Ryan Courtney as they came in, and they held a very good Magnolia West Mustang ball club, just 6 hits and 2 runs. Problem was we went up against Connor Phillips. Phillips was owned tonight. I thought, as you and I talked a little bit early, he might have been a little bit wild, but I'm not so sure that some of that is not planned. I'm not so sure. A little bit of that wildness.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, you know, there have been pitchers that have made their paychecks on that. Ryan Dern and
this young man knows how to pitch, folks. No question about it.
You know, Bob Gibson was just plain nasty.
Yeah.
And that nastiness helped him quite a bit.
Well, the beauty of tonight's ball game is that Phillips is in the rearview mirror. We've still got 2 to go. Our job right now is to come back here tomorrow night. If things hold according to form, we should be throwing Grant Wood tomorrow night. Once again, Eagles backs against the wall, and we'll come back in game 2 in a potential elimination game. But as you very well know, by the simple fact that we're sitting here and playing here in this ballpark, they rose to the challenge last week against Santa Fe and beat a real good Santa Fe Indian ball club, to tell you the truth. So it can be done without any question at all that Georgetown can come back tomorrow night.
Dennis?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
All right, go.
Well, Dennis, Rob Hipp down here with head coach Adam Foster. Sorry, Coach, that's a run from up there. Coach, a tough one tonight against a very good Magnolia West team. There was a play there where your runner was coming in. We saw it on the replay. It looked close. What was going through your mind on that play to where that looked like it was a tying run?
Well, you hate for close calls to maybe be the difference in the game. Out or safe, not relevant. We allowed 2 unearned runs tonight, and you can't do that in the 5th round against a guy that's going to be up there throwing 94 miles an hour.
Coach, not an unfamiliar territory, though, here in postseason play as you drop game 1 to Santa Fe. Your team, David, we were talking to him. He said they stayed composed there in the dugout. What do you tell the guys after this one? It's win or go home now coming up on Saturday. They've been in this situation before, though.
Yeah, just got to get to game 3. That's it. No big deal. We knew this was going to be a close game, and we were going to have to play really, really well. We made 2 mistakes, and they capitalized on them, so good for them. Hopefully they're going to relax a little bit. We're going to punch them in the mouth tomorrow and get to game 3 on Saturday.
Coach, tomorrow morning, on a positive side now, tomorrow morning graduation for the seniors for Georgetown baseball. How special is that for your seniors? They won't be able to graduate with their main class, but they'll be able to do it tomorrow, 10 a.m. at Eagle Field. Tell us a little bit about that at the Baseball Diamond.
Yeah, so it's going to be on SHN, right? Are you going to be there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. So we're going to graduate our guys at 10 a.m. tomorrow out at the baseball field. It ought to be a graduation that they will certainly remember. It's going to be a really cool deal. Won't be very long, so come out at 10 o'clock and support our seniors, all 15 or 16 of them with our stat girl. It's going to be a cool deal.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you. Tough loss, but we know we'll come back and rebound tomorrow. Once again, head coach Adam Foster. Win or lose, we're always going to try to talk to Coach Foster. But tonight the Eagles drop a tough one against a very good and competitive Magnolia West team, 2-1. We will see what happens tomorrow as Georgetown will come out. We know that they're going to probably start with their ace. Some good things happening. Tomorrow we'll have that broadcast right back here from Texas A&M right here at Olson Field at Bluebell Park. For now, though, I'll send it back to Galen and Dennis in the booth as we close this one out. Dennis, back to you, buddy.
All right. Thank you, Rob, very much. Good interview. Exactly what you expected to hear from Adam. No panic. We've been there. We've done it before. These kids know they can come back and do it. We went up against what we believe wholeheartedly to believe Mag West is ace. 2-1 ball game, fought him to the nth degree, and just came up a run short. Like Adam said, both of their runs were unearned runs. We scratched and clawed to get our run in the top half of the first inning. Only run we put on the board, but we scratched and clawed and got it. So right now, Eagles need to just regroup. Take a nice ride home, get ready to come back tomorrow, take game 2 and get us to game 3, Galen.
Tomorrow we'll be facing a pitcher that's got a story, a left-hander named Robert Revels, I believe is the correct pronunciation. He's a signee with Hill County College in Hillsboro, but he's the number 2, and he's only lost 1 game this series, something like 10-1, something like that. And he is a left-hander who missed all of last season. He broke his arm before the season started and was out all last year.
Wow. And
he still came back strong this year. In fact, they used him in the first game against Santa Fe. Phillips went 8 6 2/3, and they brought him in to get the final out. And then he started the next day and got the win and the.
Well, you know as well as we do that when you get to this quality of play, region semis. Region finals, excuse me. When you get to region finals, you know that you're going to see some outstanding pitching, and you're going to see some stories just like that. So hats off to this young man we may see tomorrow. I feel confident if things go the same way they went in the Santa Fe series, we will most likely throw Grant Wood to try to get us to Game 3 on Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. So right now, Georgetown's going to go home, graduate tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I don't know if they'll have a light workout or not. Probably not. Probably get on a bus and head this way. But, my hats are always off to our kids, always off to this group of kids, and to Adam and Dusty and Jordan. My hats are always off to them. They're class. They play hard. They play well. Tonight we just came up one short. Galen, final thoughts in your mind?
And they worked, they worked hard. There was no Jake legging it out there tonight. They worked hard and.
Well, we put runners in scoring position. We can all go back and look at certain things that happened in a ball game, things that didn't go our way. Maybe tomorrow night they will. Maybe that's kind of the situation. But that's the nature of sports. That's the nature of baseball. When you don't have an opportunity to go back and look at something, and it's bang, bang, sometimes it goes your way and sometimes it doesn't. And in this particular case, it didn't go our way, so we come up short on the short end of a 2-1 ball game. But all in all, again, a quality effort by your Eagles. 2 hits. You look at 2 hits and 1 run, and you think, wow, we didn't play very well. But you also look at a kid throwing 94 miles an hour on the mound. And when you got a kid throwing 94 miles an hour on the mound, you haven't seen that all year long. Sometimes 2 hits is pretty solid when you look at the overall scope of things.
And we, you look ahead tomorrow, too, at the thing. I couldn't find out anything about how this guy's going to pitch tomorrow throws. So, if he comes out there and if he's kind of a lollipopper, that could give Georgetown some trouble hitting tomorrow because they'd have to adjust from a 94 to a low 80s probably.
It could. You're absolutely right. Rob has gotten back here, folks, in the booth with us, so I'm sure we'll be shortly wrapping things up. But, Rob, back to you. Good interview with Coach. Just exactly what I felt like Coach would be saying. No panic. No worries. We're just get ready to come back tomorrow and play ball.
Yeah, just got to come back tomorrow, take care of business. A positive thing, the graduation happening tomorrow over at Eagle Diamond at 10 a.m., so the kids will do that. That'll give them some energy. They'll be hyped up, ready to play. We'll know that we're going to see good pitching tomorrow. Nothing on any pitching today, but Georgetown's struggling. And, if that's the way it goes, you always, if you know you're going to lose one, get that first loss under your belt, then come back and win the next 2.
Right. Same thing we did last week. We fell to Santa Fe in the first ball game. Nobody panicked. Nobody worried. Nobody got shook up. Everybody just came back. I wish we were going back to Bomber Stadium, but I love this ballpark. Folks, this is one of the most beautiful ballparks that I've seen. Southeastern Conference School at Texas A&M University. But a beautiful, beautiful complex. The kids are honored to play here, and we're honored to be here to call it for you. But we will be here tomorrow and try to bring back that initial victory here in this series so that we get to that 1 o'clock game on Saturday.
That's exactly right, Dennis. Again, thanks for joining us to everybody, not just the Georgetown fans. As always, we love you, but Magnolia West as well. And we want to thank you for joining us here on this broadcast, officially for the Georgetown Eagles, but we always want everybody to feel welcome. One final time, those of you that are on that YouTube stream, hit that subscribe button. It's down there somewhere on the bottom of your screen, but please hit that. You'll know when we go live tomorrow. We'll probably go on about 15 minutes to 20 minutes earlier. Now we've got a little bit of stats we can work off of to talk about in tomorrow's game. Well, you've already heard the final thoughts from Galen and Dennis. I'm Rob Hipp for David England, Dennis Allman, Galen Welnicki, and Nathan Height. Your final score tonight, Magnolia West takes Game 1 at 2-1. We'll be back on the coverage right back here from Olsen Field at Bluebell Park tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Remember to keep it here. And remember, friends, as I always end every broadcast, reminding you tonight we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. One final time, good night, and God bless from College Station, Texas. We'll see you tomorrow night.
2019 Georgetown Eagle Regional Final Baseball on SHN Sports, made possible in part by A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair, Bob Holt, author of the book Cowboy, Brennan Remodeling, Central Texas Business Association, Courtney Home Inspections, Gateway Mortgage Group, Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair, Georgetown Jewelry, Home Away from Home Pet Care, Ida Edwards, Realtor, Joel and Jackie Holcomb of Advocare, Mahan Roofing, Minuteman Press of Georgetown, the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Program Insurance Group, and Specialty Restoration of Texas. Thank you for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports.